one of those chairs that go up and down.
Yeah.
You want to hear a cringe
I went down
thing?
on it to the maximum. I
You
went
wanna
down on my chair.
What, you got something cringy for
Here's
us?
something cringy that happened to me yesterday.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
So I did a podcast with a director.
That
at
sounds
my
like an
work.
important position.
Very important position. And he brought up a podcast that somebody else is doing within the company.
Well, how many podcasts have
what
been
the
done
fuck?
within your company?
There were none. Me and this other person just did them at the same exact time.
That's weird.
But this other person,
because you don't even work for a company that would make sense to have a podcast.
it's a pretty huge company.
It's no, I don't mean that it's not a big company.
Like, what do you mean by that?
Even
Well,
where
like,
I work
I
has a
get it.
podcast now too.
Yeah, what you're slacking, I think.
But
Yours
I'm-
almost-
but
well,
no, I'm
yours
still
kinda
with-
makes sense.
I'm still with Dan though.
Yeah.
I'm like, why the fuck do we have a podcast?
well, no, actually, I think
Who's gonna listen to this shit?
I think yours makes more sense to have a podcast because where you work,
just refer to it as a public building.
it's a public building, but there's also like a level of commerce to it. Like people go there to receive a product.
True.
So like a podcast for the place that you work could involve like reviews of said products. Yours makes sense.
I don't think it does though. I think it's.
You like don't even know what our podcasts are, and you're like they don't make sense.
Well, yours. Good point.
I still
That's a
agree
good
with him
point.
though. I still agree with him.
What?
Well, there's a lot of.
so
tech.
what are your
There's-
podcasts about?
There's a
then?
lot of tech.
Hold on. Let him tell his story first. Then
No.
we'll get into that.
No.
You fucking.
So this other person is doing a podcast, and it just seems very formal. So I didn't really dig it. But the person that created it is a VP, a very high position.
Yeah, that's even higher than director.
And
Oh, really?
Mhm.
I kind of slammed that guy a little bit in front of this director while naming the guy the wrong name.
Oh my god, that's a big dick move right
Wow.
there. I hate you so much. I'm insulting you, and I don't even know
Yeah.
your name.
And you're a higher position than me. Is he within your like department? Okay,
No.
so he couldn't like.
So, are you writing a resume later today, or what's going
No,
on?
I was just so embarrassed. And
Oh.
luckily, the girl that I work with was just like, stop.
Did the director laugh? Did the director laugh though, or was he like?
No, I wouldn't like slam him. It was just it wasn't in a corporate setting. What I said probably wasn't
Appropriate.
appropriate. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't even know how to be appropriate in a corporate setting.
you would.
So what's
You-
about?
I don't
Yeah.
know,
You
dude.
did it.
In my job, we can. My boss, every time he asks if my girlfriend spends the night, he says, "Did you show her the ceiling?" That's what he says, and that
Oh,
means,
that's
"Did you
horrible.
bang
Have
her?"
Sex. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
He says that every time. He says
Well,
that almost
even
every
saying
day
that-
to me.
Even saying that is not corporately appropriate.
That's what I'm saying. That's my boss that says that to me.
Me and my
Like,
boss
every day.
Me and my boss say awful things to each other all the time.
but you also work in a corporate environment,
Right. I work in a corporate. Like the other day, like my boss came into our office and we had a meeting and we wanted to have like a post meeting. So he came in. He's like, "Can we meet in the conference room in a few minutes? We're gonna have a debrief." I was like, "You can debrief me anytime."
Little gay joke.
Yeah.
What do you say?
He laughed really hard, and then he
you wear
made like
briefs?
a joke too. What's a brief? Is that like
Underwear.
well, I know a brief is underwear, but like
It's like the whitey
specifically what-
tighties looking.
No.
Because that would have been awesome if you said you could debrief me and then you pulled your pants down
Right.
Yeah.
and exposed your briefs to
Totally.
him.
That
Presented
would've
your
been
briefs to him. Sorry.
Right on
I
camera and
misspoke.
everything.
Yeah.
That would have been good.
His boss is taller than him.
There's more than one person in my department of like
Well-
6 people that are taller than me.
Really?
I've seen.
Holy shit.
Jesus Christ! Knock the table over. To
I knocked
cough,
the table over to
fucking
block my
caveman
cough, and then
freak.
I fucking probably made a louder noise. by
Your
hitting
boss.
the
I
table.
referred to. I saw a picture of him on Instagram, and I said he looked like a Chad.
I gotta show you this picture. Of this. So we went to, like a month ago. My boss spoke at this like security panel. I'm in the security field, and he spoke at this panel. Really like a lot of interesting people. Like there was an FBI agent there. There was like Department of Homeland Security. There were like some interesting people there, and he spoke on this panel. And we met this woman there who works for another company, who ended up actually coming in this week on Tuesday to like take a look at our like the department that I work in, and she is like super into him.
Oh,
And
What
I want
in
them.
in a sexual way?
Oh yeah.
What's her? Describe for the benefit of the audience how they look.
She is fucking a model.
Oh,
Let me
what?
pull up she's not like literally. Let me pull up a picture of her on my
Yes,
phone.
please
Not
do.
that it'll like help for the podcast.
but like,
'Cause
on
you
our
both
eyes, we
know-
can describe as well.
You
Right.
both know who. You both know who this.
I want to describe her with my mouth.
You
too.
both know who
Pull
this
up one of the
guy
nude
is.
ones.
She's not an actual model. I said.
Do you
Well,
think
I
she'd do
know.
a nude photo shoot with me?
Maybe. So so you know what like my boss looks like though, right? You both do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And this is the only picture I can find of her, and it's super like grainy, but you can totally like tell.
I've jacked off to great.
In fact, I'm not
videos
even gonna
before.
I'm not even gonna click on the picture. You're just gonna look at the thumbnail from Google Images. That first picture.
Okay. Here, I just need to adjust my pants under the table
Yeah.
a little bit while I'm doing that. Okay. Yeah, she looks good. No. There's nobody getting that joke. I was
Like you
jacking
were
off under the
jerking off.
table.
Yeah, we were all
Damn
we were
it.
all laughing.
Wow. She looks like she could be one of Trump's ex-wives or something.
Totally. Like she is fucking beautiful.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's
Yeah.
stunning.
That's what I'm saying. She looks like she's from Europe or something. And
Did not expect that.
no, she's
at
got a
all.
really
She
good
is-
look.
She's got like a very like saying one of Trump's ex-wives is a really good example.
Yeah.
Because she's got like that like chiseled facial
Oh
features.
yeah, very high cheekbones.
high cheekbones. She's got like the long flowing like dirty blonde hair.
I'm trying to put an age on her. I'm guessing like what, like late 40s?
No,
she's
not late 40s.
she's probably
I'm thinking she looks young for her age. That's why I'm saying late
she
40s.
yeah, she
okay,
does.
I
She might
gotcha.
even be in her 50s.
Yeah.
Our boss is 59, my boss.
Is he married?
No.
Well, what?
I know.
I know.
And
Why
you can
isn't
tell
he in
her-
that?
We all keep trying to get him to, and he's like shying away from it.
Oh
What
my
a-
god.
Okay, he is not.
Everybody-
A Chad. He
it's
is
like-
I don't
Yeah.
even know.
What would he do if I emailed him and it was like, dude,
You
I saw
gotta-
a picture of so and so. What are you waiting
he'd
for?
laugh because like he'll come into our office and we'll immediately like talk about like you gotta marry her, you gotta have sex
Oh.
with her, you gotta go. We're like at least go to get like drinks with her or something.
Yeah, for
And she-
sure.
at the very least.
Sorry, she works
She-
at your company.
No, she works for a different company, but she's
So
in
there's
the
no
same-
conflict of interest
No.
or anything.
no, and she's way more into him than she is, or she's way more into him than he is into her, and it's
Well, that's why she's so
It's-
into him
but it's
because he
so-
doesn't care.
it's crazy to watch because like when we first met her at the panel, it came out later that she has actually been like trying to message him and get together like through LinkedIn for like
No.
months, and he's like ignoring her messages.
Is he in a relationship or anything?
No,
Maybe he's
and he's only had
Is
like
he gay?
no, he's not because he's
Are you
been
sure?
married before to a woman.
they could
That
have
doesn't
been
mean
divorced.
anything.
Well,
Yeah.
that's true.
Because,
That's true. That's possible, I guess.
but he is like a super. I get why she would be into him. Like he is a
Yeah.
charming guy.
He's incredibly
Well,
charming.
she's dude.
And he's handsome.
Every second that he
He's got a big
doesn't
dick.
fuck her.
Tastes great.
Oh my god!
Tight asshole.
Every second that he doesn't give her the attention she wants, she's just gonna want him that much
It's
more.
crazy to
Because
watch.
you know that woman has not been said no to that many times.
Never.
Oh,
She's probably
you
never.
know
been
what I
said
mean?
no to.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Face
It's-
terrifying.
It's fascinating to watch.
dude. If they ever do bang, it's gonna be explosive.
And if they have like a kid, well, that's way.
Why are you making this weird? What is with you and the kid shit all the time? You're not helping your non-pedo case here.
Carl thinks I'm a pedophile. It's not true, but he keeps saying it.
Okay,
and
a
citing
pedophile would say
sources.
it's not true, so that
Yeah.
just strengthens my point.
I'm not a pedophile. I swear. I just got to log off my computer real quick.
Delete my history.
Yeah. So I don't know, but what were we talking about before that? I don't even remember. We got sidetracked again.
Mike was talking about his podcast.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So what's
that's
like
it.
the subject matter of the podcast that you do?
There's
for
different
work then?
ones. I work in like.
Do you want to plug any of them here on the show?
No. Well, you can listen to them because it's all for inside the company. Like,
I think that's what ours is too, or maybe,
Yeah.
maybe ours is open to the public.
Well, ours
Right.
is like that. We have a lot of different software programs. So a lot of the podcasts are based on new programs they're going to implement and kind of how to use them, and just kind of like a learning thing.
Okay.
And
Okay.
do you post
I
them
take-
on? Go ahead, Dan.
I was just gonna say I take back what I said earlier. Then it's
Yeah,
got like
you
a
were like-
learning field to it.
you were like really adamant on like
That
why
there
this
was, like,
fucking
no
suit-
purpose
And
of
now
it.
he's just got his tail between his legs.
Yeah.
Um,
I am-
Fucking beta
I'm
bitch.
just gonna wait outside while you guys pod in my home for the rest of the day.
So, do you post it on YouTube or?
He just said it's
No,
for his.
it's-
It's just.
but you
it's
can do
for
it
his
like a
company.
private link or something.
Don't
No, we
Fuck.
do.
You could do it-
Well, there's different repositories, but we're using Yammer right now.
I would
We'll
just,
have it
I was just
on our
thinking it'd be
SharePoint
really
page.
funny if there was a comment section and people were anonymous, like from your company, anonymously disliking all the episodes and giving
No.
like really,
Yeah, is there a
really
like and
negative
dislike
feedback. Would
feature?
Mike shut the fuck up already?
Yeah.
We do a lot of surveys,
Mhm.
and so far people love it.
Do they?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And we do a lot of different things too. Like we have a lot of business partners that we support. So we do a lot of podcasts based on the people within our organization as well as the business partners.
Mhm.
So
That's cool.
because there's like a gap, so we're trying to bridge that gap.
So we've got a professional podcaster on our
We
show.
do. Yeah, he's literally gets paid to podcast.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And they
That's
want me to
wow.
do more of them. I'm like, hell yeah.
That's
Crazy.
badass.
That is
dude.
badass. I've
That's like
never
a
looked at
dream
it
of
that
mine.
way.
I was at a
You say
work-
the N word too much to be a professional.
I have never
podcaster.
said that in my life. I don't know what's funny about that fact that I just said. But in where I was going to actually go, I was at a work party yesterday, a Christmas party, a forced Christmas party. So stupid.
bullshit.
And-
Which they closed down.
yeah, they
the
closed down
business
a
for.
public business or a public place for us to have a stupid fucking meeting that, thank God,
On the
I got out of.
taxpayers' dime.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's
Bullshit.
ridiculous. And man, they ordered way too much food. Way too much food.
Did you bring
and
some home?
it sucked. It
Oh.
wasn't even good. And I
Oh,
am
never mind.
so easy to please when it comes to food. It was like basic ass shit, like mastacholi and it was trying to be like
Like
Thanksgiving
chicken?
kind of.
Okay.
It was turkey and gravy and I don't know. For me to say the food is bad, that's
Why didn't you
it's
guys?
just a total waste of money.
You should have just got pizza. You guys
That's-
should have just got pizza.
That's what I said.
It's
Nobody would fucking
cheap,
complain.
It's easy. Everybody likes
Mhm.
pizza. That's the way to go when you've got like a big like party get together thing. You just get pizza.
Because you guys
Everybody likes
work
it.
at places that have work parties, and they're probably badass. You go to fancy places, and it's all comped, and
we had we had our department office party on Wednesday.
Mhm.
Or maybe it was Thursday. Anyway, it was this week, and it was the same concept where it's like, come in, we've got a bunch of food, we're all gonna get together, and then afterwards, not afterwards, but like after everyone's got their food and sat down, like it was scheduled for 2 hours. After the first like half hour, 45 minutes, they close the doors and they get like a PowerPoint going, and like the
everyone wants to
Head
kill
of-
themselves.
yeah, the head of the department like does a little speech, and then like other department leaders go up and give my boss gave a speech to it about like our accomplishments for this year and like what are planned for next year. But so I went up there too, and
Oh.
I went and well, I didn't speak.
Oh.
What happened was I went up to the conference room for the party / meeting thing, and like I got my plate of food. I went up for seconds and thirds. I ate like
Jesus Christ! Seconds and thirds.
yeah, I ate like
But was it good?
yeah, it was pizza. So I ate like 8 slices of pizza. They had
God.
this they had
Did they
this
have
like
Tums there, like in a big bowl
I had
with a
'em
spoon
down.
for you only? It said
Specifically.
Dan on the bowl. Jesus
His
Christ!
shirt's Tums colored.
You almost said flavor. You taste it.
So I went up there, got three, because it was funny because like I kept saying I was going up for seconds even when it was thirds. So like I ate and I finished, and then someone from my department went up for seconds, and I was like, oh, you're going up for seconds? I'm like, I can't let you get seconds alone. I'll go with you. So I went seconds. I got seconds with them, and then I came back and I finished, and another person went up for seconds, and I go, oh, getting seconds? Well, I can't let you go up there alone.
Oh my
So I went up
God.
for quote unquote seconds again. So I ate all this food within like 20 minutes, and then they closed the doors for like the meeting portion to start, and I got up and I just walked out and I left.
Why?
I didn't want to sit through the meeting. I was like, I
that,
just want to
yeah.
eat food.
That's fair, I guess.
That's a hero move right
Oh,
there.
it was funny. It was hilarious.
I can't. If I ordered pizza, I'd get yelled at. I
Really?
think, Yeah.
Why?
Because
Just
they're
because
too
they're
snotty.
too snotty. Yeah.
Oh, they don't like pizza even?
I've seen.
You could probably get some weird, like hipster, classy
Oh,
pizza, and
yeah.
they'd probably like.
Oh
that.
my god, they did that, and it was awful.
Exactly.
Sounds
Oh my
fucking
God.
Dude,
stupid.
pizza, it's not broken. Don't fix it.
Mm-hmm.
It's bread and
perfected.
fucking sauce and
And
cheese and
cheese.
some
Yeah.
meat and vegetables.
It's
That's all
perfect.
good shit. And it's clean to eat, like unless it's really greasy, but you don't have to have silverware and all that shit.
I always do like whenever I have to order food for like a training or something, I order boxed lunches because it's got like everything in there.
Yeah.
and it's
Like
just
a
so
bento
easy.
box.
A what?
A bento box.
What's that?
Some Asian like sushi and shit.
Well, I've never got sushi before, but it's like it always have like a sandwich and like chips and apple and like a cookie and then a
Sushi would
bunch
be
of
too
water.
weird. Not everybody likes that, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. But like, yeah,
The
people
sandwich
do
is a
have
good way
weird-
to go.
Yeah,
If we don't do pizza like at work, we do like sandwiches.
yeah.
But I don't know how people cannot like because it's not like we.
We also get Qdoba a lot. That's right by you guys. We get
Yeah,
that
it
catered.
is. Yeah, that's like a Chipotle kind of thing. It's like
Just
tacos
shittier.
and stuff. Yeah, it
Shittier?
is shittier
Yeah.
than
Damn.
Chipotle. People love it though,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not. It's like lower quality.
Oh, dude, I was in a training and this lady's nuts, but she ordered food from like a taco truck. It was the best
Yeah.
catered
Dude.
food I've
I knew
ever
you were
had.
gonna say that. Yeah.
It was amazing.
That's
and then
fucking
they had like
awesome.
this huge thing of oh god, what's it called? You put it on top of the taco, it makes it taste real good.
Cheese,
No, it's the green.
lettuce.
Guacamole?
No, it's like a green
Guacamole
leaf.
sucks. Lettuce.
No.
A green
green?
leaf is lettuce.
Oh, cilantro.
Cilantro.
There we go.
Oh.
I love cilantro.
Ooh, we look
It was
white as
amazing.
fuck
Yeah.
because like cilantro and onions are supposed
El
to be.
cilantro.
Yeah. Calantra. What the fuck? Because like the official like
Don't put
the,
a twang on it.
The like
Standard. Do you ever seen that commercial? It's like standard stuffed tortillas.
oh no.
Oh man, Sam did that.
We just made
yesterday.
fun of Sam for that just
Oh,
yesterday.
God.
Our
She
Oh,
friend
can I get a
was-
croissant, please?
Yeah.
Oh god.
A molto de.
We were in we were in Target last night and our friend was like singing a song or said someone's name.
We were talking about someone she banged or something.
well,
and
she
said-
only bangs Mexicans.
She said where he was
first
from.
of all.
I think she said Ecuador or something, but or she said somewhere.
No, because it was when that remember because that like Spanish song came over the radio and I was like, oh, is this one of Sam's boyfriends? And she goes, no, this is this song by such and such, and she said the guy's name,
It was
but she said it with like the bullshit.
She went
like,
out of her way to sound as Mexican
and
as
it's
possible.
I hate when like a white person will like they talk like with a white person accent, like an American accent, and then for that one word they like slip into like a persona of like it's fucking bullshit.
So last time we met, we talked about work,
Mm-hmm.
and we work to make money. So the topic I came up with
Was money.
more work. No,
Oh,
yeah,
well, oh,
money.
I was like, what the fuck?
So I came up with a bunch of money questions. So if you
This
guys
is gonna
have
be
any-
interesting too because just for a little background, I make like no money.
Mm-hmm.
well, I wrote
Mike
down
makes
in
a
here.
lot of money.
And I'm somewhere in the middle.
Dan makes a lot of money, but Dan's a big spender too.
I'm a big spender.
But I'm a big saver, but I make like no money.
right.
I also wrote that we're all employed.
Yes.
We all have a roof over our heads.
Yep.
We
yeah,
all
we all
feed
support ourselves and our
Yeah.
families
Yeah.
if we have them. Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
point.
So I just wanted to set the table there.
For me, I'm
Interesting.
totally on my own for like the first time ever because I haven't lived with my parents since I was in my early 20s.
We've
But
always had roommates.
I've always had roommates or
Now
a
you're
girlfriend
flying
or
it
something.
solo.
Yeah.
Mhm. So first question: If you be in your shoes 10 years ago,
Mhm.
and you told yourself you would be where you're at today with
Mm-hmm.
money, would you believe yourself?
Where I am financially,
Sure.
probably.
It's a good question. 10 years ago,
It's not that long ago.
it's not that long ago, but I'm a little younger than you both. 10 years ago, I wasn't even working yet 10 years ago. So I didn't really have a good concept of like finance yet.
How old are you again?
28. I just turned 28.
You
I
didn't
didn't
have a
get-
job when you were 18?
Yeah.
I thought you just said. Am I
So-
missing something?
No, he said he didn't have a job when he was 18.
I didn't get a job. I got a job when I was 18, but I was like a few months into 18.
Oh, so you would.
So
okay.
I would have been
That's
working.
when you start. I thought you were working since you were like 16 at Walgreens
well,
or something.
no. I started when I was 18 because they said you had to be 18 for the cigarette sales.
Jesus Christ!
Holy shit!
That was like a meta joke. That was really funny. I don't even think I can explain.
No,
What's
I
meta
don't
again?
think so either.
What?
What's meta again?
It like
What you? Oh, it's
Yeah.
kind of like
Metal. Moving on.
okay.
So do you think you would be where
he
you're
like
at?
boomered up
So
the
10
fucking funny thing
yeah.
he did.
I think
So
I
10?
know. I think I know what boomer is.
You look in the mirror.
so 10 years ago, I don't know that I had like the concept of finance that well to
What
really know what that
okay.
meant. But I guess 10. I don't know. I never really thought about
That's
it 10
fair.
years ago.
That's fair. Because then we're gonna go down a rabbit hole. Like
I don't even
where-
think
where
that
we
now.
should-
Like I don't even think where I'm going to be 10 years from now.
Hmm.
I don't plan that far
Okay.
ahead.
No, I don't really either.
So like 10 years from now, I'll be 38. I don't know. Could be doing the exact same. I could be sitting here podcasting with you guys 10 years from now.
I
What
hope
do
not.
Oh, you said you do.
I'd believe it because I've got like a modest employment status, work full time, like benefits and all that shit. But
Well-
I'm not like rich, and I'm not like
I'm
eating out of
a-
a dumpster.
I'm also like a settler. I like to just like settle. I don't like to like take the risks of like going for like the next big thing.
Yeah,
I get to like a position where I'm like, this is comfortable enough for me. I'll do it for the next 100 years.
yeah.
You know what
See,
I mean?
I think I'm naturally like that, but I'm trying to push myself to not be like that. I'm trying to push
Yeah.
myself into
Yeah.
taking a little bit more of a risk to
Mhm.
kind of change my position in the world.
Because don't they say that when you're comfortable, you're doing something wrong?
They say that, but I think the opposite. I think when you're comfortable, you're doing something
It
right.
depends on what you want
It's
for
perspective.
your life,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Well-
I don't like to stay too comfortable.
I love being comfortable. It's my favorite feeling.
I feel a little guilty when I feel too comfortable.
Not me.
Is that crazy?
No,
You
I
know?
don't think it's crazy.
I feel like I should be like jumping ahead a little bit more. And I'm not trying to differentiate myself from you
no,
or
yeah,
anything.
that's
Oh, I agree with that. I think he's totally wrong.
But yeah, when I get a little too comfortable, I'm like, man, there's probably something more I could be doing.
Yeah, I always want to push myself.
Yeah.
So, do you feel like you're good with money?
No.
I
Well, I guess that depends too. Go ahead, Carl. You say what you were gonna say.
was just gonna say I think I'm good with money. I just don't make a whole lot right now. But like I said, I'm trying to kind of push myself into a different atmosphere of money making. But my money management is great. I've never overdrawn my bank account ever.
That is good.
I rarely have had to ask for people for money in my adult life.
Mhm.
So yeah, I feel like I am really good with money. Actually,
I agree with you.
I just need some
think
of
you're
it
good with
first.
money. Can't spend it if I don't got it.
I know.
I could definitely be better with it. I'm at a point like we were saying earlier, because I guess it depends like what you consider to be good or bad with money. Because like we were saying earlier, like I support myself 100%, like in everything. I don't have a single payment that anyone else pays for me. You know, like my parents don't help with like, you know, some people that are even our age, like their parents help with like their phone or something.
Yeah.
Like I don't have any of that.
Right.
Or like I don't even have like a spouse that would help like have bring in any money either. Like 100% just me, fully supported.
Yeah.
you know,
You're keeping yourself.
I've got
afloat.
I've got a small amount of money in a savings account. I have like almost no credit card debt that could be paid off super quickly.
Mhm.
I don't have any student loans. I'm not like in any debt of any kind. But I do overly spend. I could easily save way more than I do, but I don't.
So
I
do you
guess I'm
feel-
somewhere in the middle?
Because when I even think about something that I really want, even if it's something super useful that I should get, and I think about my bank account, I'm like, ugh, I feel like an anxiety rising in me. Like, no, I'm
Yeah.
gonna just go without.
Yeah.
I don't even have internet right now
I got
in
the
my
same
house.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have internet in my house because I'm like, I'd rather save $50 a month.
You still haven't talked to the neighbor?
I did. She ghosted me. So for
So
for
she
the
never did get back to you.
no for the
Oh,
podcast viewers, I was thinking because I live in a house that's kind of split into two segments. I thought maybe my neighbor would like to split the internet bill. I could just give her cash. She's a single mom of twin girls. You know, I was like, she could save $20 a month or something. That's significant. It's something, and she wouldn't have to do anything. Just give me your password. And I sent her. I found her on Facebook finally, and I added her, and she added me back, and then that was fine. And then a few weeks later, one day I'm just gonna send her a message and just see, because I don't want to knock on her door when her kids are asleep or something, wake them up. I don't know. I don't know when she's home or anything. So I just sent her a message and said, hey, this might sound a little weird, but would you be open to sharing internet? We could both save some money, and I've been too cheap to get it so far. She read it and never said anything. And that was like a month ago.
You get to
So-
know.
Have you talked?
Yes.
Have you talked to her since then?
No.
Oh, okay.
We never really bump into each other because our doors are nowhere near each other.
right.
And there's no reason for us to bump into each other.
Yeah, it's
really.
basically like a front and back door, like they're complete opposite sides.
Yeah, the only way we could really bump into each other is doing laundry in the basement, but that's never happened so far.
Which is crazy. I'm surprised that's never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, long story short, I am so cheap. I don't even have internet right now because I'd rather just save the money.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny. The next question on here is, do you think you're cheap?
YES. Yes, dude. I'm mega cheap. I actually realized how cheap I was when I, for Thanksgiving was recently. And I was like, I'm going to get so much food. I'm not going to have to go grocery shopping. This is so badass. And then my sister-in-law sent me a text, said, hey, can you pick up pop and water for the thing? And I said, how much? And she said, a case of Coke, a case of Sprite, a case of Diet Coke, and a case of water. And I was like, Mike's face is exactly what I was like. I was like, no one's going to drink all that. What the fuck? Why do I have to spend this much money? And then I bought it, and it was like $20. And I was like, I was like internally like, fuck.
I would have 100% gotten 2 liters.
That's what I wanted to get. They're like $1 each.
Yeah.
You fuckers.
And they would have totally satified
Yeah.
the needs of the party. It was like, you need individual cans, you cunt. No, I didn't think that at all. I like my sister-in-law. But my bank account said cunt.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yes, I'm so fucking cheap. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm cheap too. Same
Yeah.
thing. We had Thanksgiving at our house, and I did buy 2 liters.
Yeah, but that's smart.
Guess who cared? No one.
No, you
Yeah.
pour it, and then a lot of people take a sip out of a can, they set it down, they fucking forget
Right.
about it
yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The cans are so much more fucking expensive.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Dan?
I would say I'm not cheap. Like in that same like vein, if someone was like, "Bring a bunch of Coke," I'd be like, "Okay, I will." And then if I saw someone drink out of a single sip out of a single can and put it down, I'd be like, "Whatever." That individual can was like 10 cents.
Yeah, but you bought an awful lot of 10-cent
It was
cans.
not 10 cents.
Well,
I think a 12-pack was like $5 or $6.
well, you should have gone for like a 24 pack then.
A 24-pack of each of those kinds. They wanted the variety.
Oh, they wanted the variety.
Yeah.
Well, you should have went somewhere then that a lot of places will.
I went to
have, like-
Walmart.
Well, you got to find the deals because like if you go to,
I gotta do all this fucking work just to buy
Oh
some
my
fucking
God.
pop. This is ridiculous. I'm
It's
cheap with my
so-
time, and
yeah.
I'm cheap with my fucking money.
It's so
That's
cool.
why I'm always stressed out, and I hate my fucking life.
It's
No.
so it's so quick to Google like what local place has like the cheapest pop. They always have like 3 for
Is there a website for this? Because I
10.
actually want to know this.
Yeah, Google. You could just Google it easily.
If I Google what place has the cheapest pop in
I
the
guarantee
town we live in,
I guarantee you'll get all
sales
the
will-
like. I guarantee you'll get all the sales papers for the area. I can tell you that Walgreens has good deals on some kind of pop every week. Jewel is good usually.
What did the Walgreens? I don't know. I don't want to get too into
Walmart,
this.
Target is okay sometimes. Walmart's actually the worst place to buy pop because they never put them on like that kind of deal.
Well, that's good to know now. I don't drink pop because I'm not a retard. I don't want to just like put sugar in my body for no.
That's
fucking
not the
reason.
reason why you fuck.
That is the fucking reason. It's fucking trash. I hate pop. That was another thing when I bought it. I was like, I can't even take this home because I don't even like this shit. I have pop in my fridge from when you guys came over like a month and a half ago.
Oh,
and
I should have taken that when I was over at your place.
I haven't
last week.
touched one. I should have brought it today.
I could have taken it last week too when I was over.
I hate pop. I'll have a root beer every once in a while. But a root beer float, I'll put up some ice cream. I don't know. If I'm going to eat that much sugar, it better be more worth it than just slipping down my fucking throat that fast. You know what I mean? I'd rather eat chocolate or,
Yeah.
like some candy or something. Rather, that's so much sugar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cheap with my calories too.
Now I know why you and your girlfriend get along so well.
Yeah, I know.
That is fucking fun. Yeah, I would say I'm not cheap. Long story short, TLDR.
Do you guys ever have any arguments around money?
Arguments with who?
See, that's up to you.
Yeah.
Arguments in general, I guess. Maybe somebody, like in his case, his sister wanted him to buy, your sister-in-law
Yeah.
wanted him to buy.
I didn't
Don't you
argue with
dare
her.
say
Yeah.
it's his sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody. I mean, even
If
your
that was my
mom
sister,
or-
that'd be fucked up.
That would be fucked up.
She'd be
'Cause
married
she'd
to
be
my
married
brother.
to your brother, yeah. No, I don't think so. No one really knows, like,
Never in a relationship or anything.
Oh, you've been in relationships before.
yeah, I'm trying to think.
Or your parents never bitched at you about money or something?
Well, how recently are we talking? Just
Whenever.
ever in
Anything-
life?
Anything that popped
Yeah.
in your head.
Because I mean, I guess yeah. Like when I was living at home, still, my parents would be like, "You need to save more money," but at the time, I was making like my paychecks were like $400. It's like I can't save money. 200, almost half of it
And that's
a
for
month
2
is
weeks
going.
or
Yeah,
something,
that's 2
right?
weeks. Almost half of it a month is going to my car payment, gas, food. There wasn't really much to save. I was paying for my phone. So they would say that, but no, not anytime recently.
I think my first girlfriend, she was so bad with money. Starters, she went to she's in like $100,000 worth of
that
student
one.
loan debt.
Her family was horrible with money too.
Yeah, everyone was just, credit card debt. Her mom declared bankruptcy at one point. It was just a fucking nightmare with money. And they were all shopaholics too.
Mm-hmm.
Like bad. And obviously, I just explained, I'm nothing like that. And she'd be justifying spending all of her money on bullshit that she didn't need. And if I even brought up, hey, you're probably going to regret that on some, I don't remember the conversations exactly. This was a long time ago, but we would fight over it a little bit because I'd be like, dude, I'm just trying. Well, don't make me feel bad for it. It's like, okay, then suffer the consequences.
Yeah. See, that's the problem with like,
I'm going to have to deal with you bitching about not having money later. I'm the one that fucking suffers every fucking time.
That's on her too, because it's like if you feel the need to justify like the reason you purchased something, that's automatically like an issue right there. Mm-hmm. It's probably not even like a finance issue as much as like there's some kind of deeper seated issues. Because I feel like I was saying before, I feel like I overspend my money, but the stuff that I buy, I'm not like, I don't have that regret for buying. Even if I don't need it, it's like, well, it's cool, I like it, so I've got it. And I'm fine with it.
Because you're a collectible kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of that. I always have like buyer's remorse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
I get it every now and again, but it's pretty rare. And it's usually, like I said, there's usually something deeper there. Like usually, if I have buyer's remorse because I bought something, it's usually because I was in like a shitty mood or something. So I was like, I'm just gonna fucking buy something.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I don't have that.
See, I think that's where like you find like your first girlfriend there. I think there was like a deeper issue of like some kind of like.
Yeah,
maybe
there's
depression
a little
or
high
something.
you get off of that.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt.
Dopamine hits.
Mm-hmm. So.
But you know what? Now I'm more. I don't know what to say, but I'm more willing to spend money on. I actually have fun online shopping right now, but probably because right now I have more money than I've ever had in my life, so I can't afford to go out and buy some cool shit. I've been buying camera stuff and accessories for the camera.
Even the camera itself is a super expensive purchase.
Yeah, it was somewhere around $400, and that's a lot for me. It's
a lot for anybody. 400's a ton.
Yeah. So, but I'd say another person I think I argued with about money is not the relationship I'm in now, but the relationship before. We moved out to Oregon together, and I remember a couple weeks. She wanted to move out there ASAP. Like she found a place, and she's like, "Well, let's just go." And it's like, I was trying to explain to her, I still have a job. Why don't I work here? Okay, so the situation was she was a teacher, and she was going to start working during the school year out in Oregon. We all live in Illinois. I still had a job in Illinois. She wanted to move out there as quick as possible in the summer when she wouldn't even be working and I wouldn't be working. So that was stressing me the fuck out. Yeah. So I said, why don't I just continue to work because my boss didn't care. He knew I was leaving, but he didn't want me to go. So he was low-key trying to get me to just not even go at all. But I said, I was trying to say, well, why don't I work a few extra weeks so we have that more security when we get out there?
Right.
And she flipped the fuck out one time. She called me. She was in Oregon looking for the spot. I was still in Illinois. I was actually on the clock. It was at work. I was on my lunch or something talking to her, and she was like, well,
so it was not on the clock.
That is so nitpicky.
Well, I'm just trying to see
can we just pause and
trying
know
to
that I
see
was
if you're
derailed by this bitchy ass passive aggressive fuckface comment by this pastel Tums colored motherfucker.
Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah. Sit in your low chair and shut the fuck up and listen to this story. But she flipped the fuck out. She was out. She even threatened. She said, "You're putting our life on hold." I mean, dude, it was. I can't even fully.
Putting your life on hold.
That's what
for
she
like
said.
2 months. Like, what's that?
A couple weeks. It was a couple weeks.
What's that gonna fucking do?
It was gonna give us some extra money to move out there.
Right.
That's what it was gonna fucking
but like,
do.
even from her perspective of like, you're putting our life on hold. Like, so when you ended up going out there, then right?
Yeah.
What did you guys do in that month that would have been like not worth just waiting an extra month to do? Like when you got there,
her
was it like...
explanation was like the season. She didn't want to get there in fall. She wanted to get there in summer because it is a gorgeous place. Like if you see it in
Yeah, but,
summer
like,
and
if you're
spring.
It's
planning
called
on-
vacation.
Well,
Not like fucking move there and spend the whole summer.
well, that's also
jobless.
true. But even if that was her reasoning for it, like if you guys are moving out there to live out there for like potentially the rest of your life, that's not the only summer.
Exactly.
You're gonna experience.
Exactly. There was a whole. I can't even. I'm sure throughout this podcast I'll explain more of the issues around this whole situation, but I can't totally get into it
Yeah.
just on this topic. But, yeah, that was another fight with money. But luckily, when I got out there, I was working 5 days after I got out there. So to all the people that are bitching
The
all
haters.
the time, the haters, to all the haters saying it's hard to get a job, you're full of shit.
Mhm.
You are full of shit if you think it's hard to get a job. You just don't want to do manual labor.
Right.
Fuck off. I had a
right.
full-time job
Right.
with benefits in fucking 5 days in a new state.
Mhm.
Suck my dick. And when I moved back to Illinois, I had 4 job offers in 5 fucking days.
Yep.
It is not hard to get a job.
Well, they say
Get off
though-
your fucking ass and
Well,
do some work.
I hate to go political, but isn't that like what Trump did? Like, don't we have like the lowest like rate of like,
Unemployment.
yeah, like he brought a ton
Yeah.
of jobs back.
I don't know anything about that. All I'm saying is my anecdotal experience.
Yeah.
If you're willing to do a little hard labor, I mean, it's not even that bad. None of my jobs killed me. I'm not the toughest
a-
dude in the world. And if I
Yeah.
can handle it, fucking most people can handle
There's
it.
a
At least
lot
most
of-
able-bodied men can handle this.
Yeah. There's a lot of shit. I remember when I was working at Walgreens and I wanted to find a new job. I applied at Papa John's as a delivery driver.
For giving out those sody pops. Sorry.
Yes.
I was trying to think of the memes around it.
I walked into my interview and I went, "Bo's in the house."
Yeah.
And
You were instantly hired.
yeah. So I filled out an application to be a delivery driver. And the manager called me the next day, no interview, nothing. He goes, "You can start tomorrow."
That's exactly what happened when I was out in Oregon. No interview, no nothing.
Nothing.
It was
He's
through
like,
a
"You
temp
need to
agency.
start."
It was full-time with benefits.
Mhm.
They said, "Hey, we don't really do interviews. Your resume looks good. You want to start in the morning?" I said, "Yes." Perfect situation. And then
Yeah.
I ended up getting hired on the actual company in like a month. Wasn't even hard.
And then you almost burned a whole forest down.
That's true. And if you've made it this far in the podcast, you already know that story.
Nice little callback.
So yeah, money can be fucking stressful.
I have never been in an argument around money with my wife ever. I think we're both pretty good with money.
Do you guys argue like at all?
No.
Never any arguments.
No.
Never.
I swear to God.
Have you even pissed each other off?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you
we
just
talk-
handle it in a
we talk
mature
about
way.
it. Yeah. Like I've been like the biggest one was not a long time after Jack was born. I was still spending too much like time like fucking around like on my phone and not helping out.
Mm.
And Tara was just like, "Hey, I think you're spending too much time like not helping me." I was like, "You're right. I totally am like fucking around on my phone.
Mm.
Like makes sense.
What do you do on your phone?
Just like sit around and fuck around."
Yeah,
Look
just
at-
get lost in the void. I
Yeah.
fucking hate. I hate when I find myself doing that. I'm
Which
like,
is great because like now that I knew that, I'm like, because I took a step back instead of like feeling attacked. You take a step back and like, am I really spending a lot of time on my phone? Like, yeah, I'm probably spending too much time on my phone. And then I just limit like to myself. I have a rule that's like I'll do 2 scrolls on Facebook, shut it down, and 2 scrolls on.
that's
like,
one of the biggest time sucks too,
I
and it's
know.
all pointless bullshit.
I know.
It's all useless.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're gonna spend time on your phone or something, try to learn about something or at least watch something funny. Don't look at Facebook. It's
Right.
I
It's
do
such
it
a
too. I'm
waste.
not saying
Yeah.
it's like
Oh, yeah.
this shit is garbage.
But like since I started that rule, I'm like stuff is it's so like I don't even like ever go on it now. So
There's nothing good on there, really. I mean, it's just pictures of people pretending they're having a lot of fun when really.
but
I don't want to
in
go
the
on
past,
that rant.
I have had arguments where people would want to tell me what to do with my money, the money that I made, which really irked me. And then when I was a kid, I'd have arguments with my parents because
Well, who was telling you what to do with your like family members? or-
girlfriends.
Oh, past
Yeah.
girlfriends.
Yeah, like I'd want to buy something and they'd be like, "You don't need that." But let's
So?
go out to eat and spend more money to
Dude.
go out to eat than
On
you
the
would have on those.
experience, yeah.
Dude, going out to eat is expensive.
It is.
Fuck yeah.
Yes, we used to work with a guy who would eat out 2 meals a day, $10 a meal.
And even that's not even that like
Yeah.
now that I'm like
That's like normal
Yeah.
going out meal price.
right.
$10, that's normal. If you're having like
Right.
a full meal.
I went to there's somebody I work with who eats at this salad place, and they're great salads. I went to and got a salad, but I got a salad with a little bit of chicken on it. It's just no drink, no sides, no nothing, just a salad with a little bit of chicken. And I'm talking like little bit of chicken.
Right.
I think the total is like $12, $13.
It's
That's a lot,
expensive,
dude.
yeah. But salads, that's the problem. Is like salads are just expensive in general. Even if
Yeah.
you go to like McDonald's, their salads are like $8-9.
Really? Is that
Yeah.
true?
They're good though. They're fucking awesome,
Dude, if you
But they're
want the,
expensive.
if you want the best salad for the best price, and I'm gonna go local,
Mm-hmm.
go to Mr. Sub. You get the chicken salad there, you can't eat it in one sitting. There's so much chicken
Really?
on there, it's fucking retarded, and it's like $6. I swear to God,
I'll get it.
it's like 6 something.
Wow.
Almost every time I've gone there and they've skimped me like once or twice, and their skimp is like a normal, but it's still like half the price. It's I swear to God, it's 6 something, and you can eat off that at least twice, and you might get sick both times because
Well-
you're so full.
What was the name? Where did we eat? You got that really shitty salad.
I've gotten a lot of shit.
It was like
salads.
it was that barbecue place.
oh
Oh.
yeah,
Firewater?
Yeah.
Yes, they literally took like a head of lettuce,
It was
cut it in half, and threw some tomatoes.
it was the
on
wedge salad. Remember? You were there.
I was there, but I don't remember you getting a bad salad.
Oh,
It
yeah.
sucked. It sucked.
I remember
Those-
feeling
you know-
awful for you.
Yeah. I just ate the meat off the top and it was just they cut a head of lettuce in
Yeah.
half, sprinkled some cheese on it, maybe a couple onions,
And they threw tomatoes on it.
and tomatoes, and then there was like some chicken on there or something.
It's not a place that I would expect a good salad.
No,
though, is the problem.
But you can. I mean, dude, that was
yeah, that do
pathetic.
serviceable because that's like the same at like pizza places.
Can you live in a better neighborhood so you
No.
don't have these sirens fucking
No.
on our podcast?
Don't tell me how to spend my money on rent.
You got a bullet hole in your window. And there's fucking sirens.
There is a bullet hole in my window. That's a pretty big response.
I think
Are they coming down this street?
he's waving.
Is that fire trucks?
The fucking Santa Claus.
Oh,
It's a parade.
Oh, it was Santa Claus.
They're going fast as fuck.
He was, and there's a
They are.
stop sign right there too.
What the fuck?
So take back the fact that I live in a bad neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's just Santa Claus.
Holy sh-
There's 3 trucks.
And they're going fast as hell. Kids are gonna die in the streets trying to catch the candy.
Yeah, no shit.
All right.
Holy
Well, it's
fuck.
a small population. They don't need more than 3 trucks.
All right, boys. Now think, what item, or it doesn't even have to be an item, something you had spent money on that you feel out of your whole life that you've gotten the best bang for your buck.
Oh man.
Wow.
Oh man. That's hard for me.
Yeah,
I've got some good shit.
that's a great question. The most bang for your buck?
I would say, it's a at least in the recent future that I can think of.
Recent future.
Wow.
He's going into the
Recent
future.
future.
Holy shit. There's no dancing around that.
Wow.
I just said that. Fuck.
That's- Oh.
So in the
God.
future, hold on. This is.
in that recent future that we live.
Let me
You
get my
guys
crystal
know.
ball. Everybody.
Yeah.
No, in the recent past, sorry. Either my laptop or my camera, because I got a badass laptop, and it was only $400 because I have a friend that's a tech guy. So I was actually living in Oregon, ordered this laptop to his house. He installed all the programs I needed on it, and then mailed it to me. And it cost like $50 for him to ship it because it's fucking huge. But like $450 for a laptop with 2 fucking hard drives in it, and it is fast as shit. I wish I knew the model off the top of my head.
Right.
It's a Dell Precision something. It's somewhere between a laptop and a desktop because this thing is heavy as shit. It's not comfortable to take around and stuff, but what a fucking killer value
That's
for that.
awesome.
And then my camera, I use that thing constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Constantly. And I just plan to upgrade it and shit too. So those are, and they were each like $400.
So I think the most bang for your buck for everybody would probably be their cell phone, right?
I totally agree. Next question. I disagree. Just because a lot of people get new cell phones like within 1 or 2 or between 1 and 3 years, it seems to be the norm. If I'm spending $1,000 on a cell phone, I think in a 3-year span, I have spent $1,000 on something that I've used more than a cell phone.
But when you think about it, you have, and this goes for pretty much everybody, you have your cell phone on you pretty much at any, like if you go somewhere, you bring
Mhm.
your cell phone.
I also bring my car keys and my wallet, but I wouldn't say my biggest bang for my buck is my
Well,
wallet.
actually, you know what's interesting is, well, not wallet, but the first thing I actually thought of before cell phone was car.
Yeah.
Like, cars are even more expensive, and you might have them for, if you have a car for, say you have a car for 10 years,
Mhm.
that's still more expensive per day than a cell phone.
You mean
And you have your cell phone with you more often than you have your car with you.
Dude, that reminds me. My first car. You remember that car?
The-
You've ridden in that car too. That thing was $3,500. I had it for 7 years.
That was an awesome car.
It was an awesome.
That
car. It
was bang
super
for your
comfortable.
buck.
It was
there.
super
Mhm.
comfortable. Yeah.
It was a 1990 88 Royale
Mhm.
Oldsmobile.
Yeah.
So comfortable. God, dude, if I
Yeah.
if I ever had a lot of money to like blow on something, I would restore something just like that and cruise in that thing
Mhm.
for another 7 years. I loved that thing, man. I would have never. I was actually sad when I got rid of that.
Yeah.
I actually have a picture of the tow truck taking it away to
Mm-hmm.
go to the fucking scrapyard.
That's sad.
Yeah,
That is sad.
I loved that
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
I think the biggest bang for my buck would have been when I was a kid and bought a PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
The
Just
first one?
because- Yeah,
Yeah.
because it wasn't that expensive, and I use that more than I use my cell phone now
Yeah.
for years.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I can still pull it out and play it. I
What are your
don't.
top 5 PlayStation games?
Ooh. We're talking about PlayStation 1, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Whichever one
Obviously,
you're talking about that you bought.
Metal Gear Solid. Is definitely
I
the
knew
best.
that was going to make it on
Mhm.
there.
And he must have
I
played that.
love this
He played that a
question.
lot.
I
that-
did. I can't even think of any other games.
I played it for
PlayStation?
years more than
There
I
were the
use my
first-
cell phone
There was the
now.
first 2 Grand
I remember one game.
Biggest bang for my buck was probably
the
when I bought-
biggest bang
Metal
for
Gear
my
Solid
buck.
1.
when I bought Metal Gear Solid 1.
What else were the good? Dude,
Jesus
Bushido
Christ.
Blade. Did you have Bushido Blade?
Jason did. I didn't play.
that
Bushido Blade
game
was
kicked
fun.
ass.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't even think of any other play.
Probably Final Fantasy
Yeah,
or
it had
something.
Yeah, all
Final
the Final
Fantasy
Fantasies.
7, 8, 9.
Tony Hawk.
Yeah,
Um,
especially back then. Holy
Mhm.
shit! And then, did you play any of the first Grand Theft Autos?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't count them as my favorites. Though.
Yeah, because Grand Theft Auto 3 that changed the
yeah.
fucking.
That was PS2
That,
though.
that was
Everything.
PS2. Yeah.
I know, but
Yeah.
that was such a
Because the
great
first
game.
2 were like that over the top view.
Yeah, which wasn't as cool.
No. No, it wasn't.
What else came out on fucking PlayStation? Legend of
Um,
Dragoon.
Yeah, Legend
Didn't
of
play it.
Dragoon.
You didn't play. That was a good fucking game.
Well, what were like the exclusives? Like the Sony
Crash Bandicoot?
exclusives. Yeah,
I
Crash.
did not like Crash.
Crash was like
Mm.
kind of revolutionary though.
Tumba 2.
Spyro.
The
Didn't like
Odd World,
Spyro.
the Odd World games.
Didn't like those.
Oh,
It
Man,
had a
PlayStation
lot of-
sucked.
It had a lot of good.
what a waste of money.
Yeah. It had a lot of good like JRPGs too. I just can't remember any of them.
See, I,
I
didn't
know-
play a lot of those.
I'm gonna think of this on the ride home and be like, oh fucking
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't own a PlayStation
WWF
1
SmackDown.
ever.
I'm gonna do a quick.
Yeah,
search
do
for
that.
the
I was gonna
games.
do the same thing.
I went to PlayStation 2. That's the first PlayStation I ever had. Because they had the DVD player.
Oh, that's true. Well, I got my PlayStation 2 and the same time I got my Dreamcast, and I think there were more games for the Dreamcast at the time, and they were like arcade style, and I was playing with like a lot of friends at the time, so I liked Dreamcast a lot more.
Yeah.
So I've got some of the games.
Yes.
One of these games, you guys are both gonna kick your butt for not remembering.
Hold on.
Yes.
Let me give it one last second.
You
to
both.
think.
Yeah. Okay. I'll name some other ones
Oh,
while you're
Ape
thinking.
Escape. No, I'm just kidding.
The Silent Hill games, the first couple.
I didn't play
No.
The
those.
Resident Evil games
No.
are on there.
Oh, the first one that was pretty revolutionary in itself.
Never played it. Broken.
They're
Sword.
saying all the Final Fantasies that were on there,
Mhm.
which is true.
Yeah, those are great.
Twisted Metal.
Didn't like.
It was like, for the time, I thought that was badass.
I just sucked at it.
The Tomb
Everyone
Raider.
sucked at it.
Sucked
Tomb
at Tomb
Raider
Raider.
series.
Didn't like Tomb Raider.
Oh, we're gonna kick
Jesus
ourselves.
Christ! Did I seriously only play Metal Gear Solid? What the fuck?
Oh, Dino Crisis was good too.
Hmm.
Tenchu.
I'm trying. What is the one we're gonna kick
Eternalized
ourselves?
was
What are we
good.
gonna kick ourselves
The
over?
Soul Reaver games were on there. You guys are both gonna kick yourselves over.
Oh,
this one.
what the fuck? See, but it's harder for me because I never had a PlayStation 1.
I've got another hint I could give you, but I think it would give it away.
Do it.
Yeah.
You both like introduced me to it.
Oh my god.
What?
I introduced you to a game?
Yeah,
I did too.
Yeah.
That wasn't Bushido Blade.
Oh no!
You got to say it.
I even played it
Symphony of the Night.
Oh my god! What the fuck? Oh, that's got to be on your list.
It is.
That's one of the best
Yeah.
fucking games ever.
Damn it.
Holy
That was a good
shit! Is that
game.
number one?
No, it was like 3 on here.
What's number one?
Number 1 was Metal Gear.
Yeah, that makes
And then
sense.
Final Fantasy 7, which makes sense too.
I've
And
never
then
played that,
Symphony
but
of the
everybody
Night.
fucking jacks off to
There's
it.
a game. The 4th game on here is a game called One. I've never even heard of this.
Me neither.
The cover art is like a barcode. It looks like a
Is it a JRPG?
no. It looks like a third person.
Do you think the sequel's called 2?
I don't think there ever
I
was
don't
a
think
sequel.
there ever was a sequel.
That'd be a good sequel name, though.
Video game released by Sony in '97. Third person shooter. Apparently, I've never heard of this game at all.
Symphony of the Night. Wow.
Yeah,
we
Symphony
are
of the Night.
retards.
The game was so good.
Oh.
Have you played Bloodstained yet?
Which
No,
one?
I think I
Wait a
played.
minute.
What was the one that
What do
I
you
was
mean?
playing, Dan?
Isn't there 2 now?
Wasn't I playing something?
Maybe
I think you were playing Bloodstained. I think there's 2
Wait a
different
minute, what's
Bloodstains. I
Bloodstained?
don't know.
What's the game
You're
I'm
the-
thinking of that just came out
You're the one
that I was
brought
playing
it
on
up.
the Switch
Could be Bloodstained.
with the girl?
Yeah,
God, that was so good.
I think there's
I was
2
playing. I
Bloodstains.
think I was playing one that was on Xbox.
and I think that was also a Bloodstained game.
it was Blood something.
Wasn't it? There's Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Yeah, that
which
one.
is what
So good.
Mike's talking about, but I thought there was another Bloodstained game. Bloodstained games. There was
It
Ritual
was
of the
Blood
Night.
something.
Maybe it wasn't Bloodstained,
Yeah.
but it was yours was more like 8-bit looking, right?
Yes.
and his
And
is
it
more
was
like
just like
Symphony
it
of
was
the
like
Night.
playing
The new
Castlevania
one?
1.
right.
The new one?
What?
The one that you're talking about? He's referring that you want.
This I got this. I bought that like last year, like last winter or something.
It came out last winter.
Maybe.
That's called.
Blood,
Damn it, I can't remember. But I know what you're talking
Blood
about.
Curse or was there something about curse or
I'm trying to like Google it right now.
I'd
too.
have to look through my Xbox library.
What? Can I continue?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
move
of
on.
course,
Let's
yeah.
get off
Alright,
the game
so
thing.
so building on that, what is the worst thing you purchased and the biggest waste of money?
Ooh.
Probably the gas on the way over here to see you guys.
That's fair.
No, I got to think. The
Hmm.
worst thing.
Like
yeah.
it would have had to have made an impact because
Yeah.
like, we waste money
Yeah.
a lot on
Right.
dumb shit.
I know there's got to be something because I get pissed off when something doesn't work the right way.
Biggest waste of money.
I
I
remember
bought an engagement ring for somebody that
That's a
Cheated
pretty
on
big
me.
waste of money. Yeah. Did you get
I-
to return it?
no, they
Did
wouldn't take
you
it.
Pawn it or something? Did you sell it?
I
back
tried.
to 'em?
No, I tried hawking it for a watch, but they were like, we can only like melt it down and like give you like what the metal's worth.
Oh, that's fucking. That's a lie. That's a scam.
Yeah. So Hellsberg Diamonds. When I went in there, they were like, "This is like the most popular diamond," and then when I went to go sell it, they're like, "Nobody even buys this kind of diamond."
Right.
oh my
Yeah.
god.
They're like, it was like some like slap in the face amount of money they wanted to give me back for it. So I
Mhm.
still have it.
Oh, you do still have it.
Mhm. Just wait to like maybe there's somebody that I could like give it to that wants to get engaged.
Don't want to say. Yeah.
Was it
Oh, not to
joking?
you. Oh, I thought
Yeah.
you meant to you. That's what I thought the joke
Oh,
was.
no.
I was wondering why he was laughing so hard.
Well, because he's
No.
married. I thought he was saying he was gonna
No.
give it to somebody else.
Oh,
That's
no.
why I was
I bought her a
laughing.
different ring.
That would be.
Well, I would hope so.
Yeah.
That would be so cheap.
Yeah, it would
That would be
bad.
George Costanza cheap.
Mm.
That'd be fucked up.
That'd be Hellsberg cheap.
Oh, very nice.
Um.
But I wouldn't call that a waste of money because I thought it was going to go to something, and
But it ended up being a waste of money.
Yeah, but that's in hindsight. You know what I mean?
But isn't that what we're referring to? You don't buy
Yes.
anything.
I
thinking-
guess. Yeah.
Thinking this is gonna be a waste of money. Can't wait to buy it.
True.
Dumb fuckers.
don't look at me.
You just sound mean. Man, waste of money.
Yeah, it's kind of tough.
It's so hard for me to spend money, especially lately, that it's like rare.
I keep trying to think of something really expensive, but usually if I buy something really expensive, it's not usually a waste of money, I guess, because usually like you do enough research to where it's like, well, you're at least gonna get. Maybe it's not what you expect, but you're gonna get some type of benefit from it still.
I do so much research before I buy something.
Me
that's
too.
Like I fucking and
That's-
I like
yeah.
I'll be like I'll get like this weird energy boost while I'm going through my phone too.
Yeah.
Like lately, I've been looking for a backdrop
Mhm.
for photography, and I'm like, oh man, oh, and I find some new information. I'm like freaking out, It's like, oh no, I don't want to buy that now because now I'm reading about this. Oh,
Yeah.
I go back and forth like a motherfucker,
Hmm.
like that. Oh, you know what? I don't know.
I
don't know
think
if that
there's
really
been
counts.
like I think there's been some like what about like video games? There's probably been video games where like I was stoked for it and it came out and like you spend the whole like $60 price point and then you find out pretty quickly like oh that kind of sucks.
I haven't bought a lot of new games. I usually wait for them to go on
Yeah.
sale. I'm like always like a few generations behind.
Mhm.
Like I'll probably get a Switch in like 40 years.
Right.
So
Right.
everything will be like, unless there's like a retro surge where it's like, they stopped making this kind of Switch. No, it's expensive or
Talking
something.
about?
Well,
Well,
like
like,
when
we're-
GameCube, they quit
Yeah.
selling GameCube games, then all of a sudden the price surged for no
Oh,
reason.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
There's
GameCube
a-
is one of the best systems of all time.
That's not true.
It's better than the PS1.
I can't argue because like
I know.
I can't name any games for the PS1.
What is the best system of all time? You think GameCube?
PlayStation 2.
GameCube's
Or you know what, the
definitely up there.
N64 maybe?
N64 it's
64
also
was
really great.
badass, dude. Especially for my age group.
Same.
When I was
Mhm.
playing that, because you were a kid and it's kid friendly, so your parents would pretty
Mhm.
much buy you any of the games, and it was 4-player
Right.
Yeah.
local shit.
Yeah.
And for the I would say even like throughout all of history, it was the biggest leap in technology too.
The 3D was actually good on a lot of the games.
Oh, it was-
Mario
yeah.
64 was actually good.
Ocarina of Time.
Actually
Even like the shitty
good.
games on that were great.
You could put enjoyment into them for sure.
Yeah, like
first
like
Smash
Blitz
was on there.
great.
Smash was great.
Dude, when
Dude,
Smash
that was the best system. That was the best system.
That's
You might be
could
right,
Easily
dude.
make that argument.
I
easily.
remember the Christmas where I got it. We
Mhm.
got Star Fox 64,
Oh, hell yeah.
some game called War Gods that was kind of like Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
Have you
Okay.
played it?
Oh, hell
yeah.
yeah.
Where it was gods, like
Yeah.
mythical gods.
like Jesus.
yeah, like Jesus was on there
Wow.
and Muhammad.
Muhammad?
Yeah.
You couldn't see him though.
Yeah. Nobody would draw him.
Who's your girlfriend's god? The almighty dollar or something?
He was on there. But what were the other games I got?
Probably 007 was a really huge one.
Oh
that
yeah,
everyone got.
GoldenEye was
Yeah.
great.
Oh, that was that like
Quest was great. Zelda was
I
great.
didn't
Quest
like
was
Quest.
great.
I didn't like Quest.
Yes, it was.
I didn't like Quest.
Most people didn't like Quest.
Yeah. But yeah, Zelda was on there. I mean,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say when I played Zelda the first time, that
Yeah.
was breathtaking.
That was the game we got because we also got it for Christmas, and that was the game we got.
I don't know if it was out when I got it for Christmas. Was that out the first year?
No, it was
'Cause I-
'98 that Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
came
I think
out.
I got it in '97 because
yeah, I
Star
think
Fox
that's
came
when it
out in
came out.
'97, I believe.
Mhm.
I can't think of any games on the GameCube that really that took me away.
I never owned a
Um,
GameCube, not when it was
well,
in its prime.
Wind Waker, obviously.
Yeah, I don't like Zelda.
Twilight Princess.
Is that another
That
Zelda one?
was a good
Um,
fucking game.
so-
Metal Gear Solid 1 came out on that.
I didn't
Yeah.
like it because they turned Snake into like this high flying ballerina. I don't know. To me, that's what I thought. I
Yeah.
didn't like it.
It had Smash Bros. Melee is still to
like
this
Smash
day
Brothers.
most people's favorite Smash Bros.
It was my least favorite.
Maybe just
Oh, it was
they
most
weren't
people's
games.
favorite still.
Maybe there just wasn't games for me in there.
Super Mario Sunshine was incredible.
That was a great
Luigi's
game.
fucking Mansion.
That was a great game. Yeah.
I never played either. Of
Oh,
those.
Mario Party! I love Mario Party. That's on there. Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing.
Mario Party originated
Oh.
on the N64 though.
The one with Harvest Moon was on there.
Yeah,
Harvest
Wonderful
Moon was
Life.
Dude,
also-
that was
was
on
the Harvest
N64 though.
It
too.
was.
That one was
It was
so
also on
fucking good.
PlayStation.
Was it?
Yeah, Back to Nature.
Oh shit.
Metroid Prime. I'm trying to look at my game.
I was gonna say, what are you looking at? Yeah, he's looking at his shelf. Yeah, Metroid Prime was supposed to be a good one. I never played it though.
Paper Mario.
Crystal Chronicles.
Crystal Chronicles was interesting, but good. But it was interesting.
It's coming to Switch.
Is it?
Yep.
I want to play that again.
Yeah, me
because when I
too.
was younger, I liked it a lot, but I didn't put enough time into
Me
it.
neither.
And it's definitely like a different type of game, but I'm interested in it.
So there's definitely some solid games.
This,
on
even
GameCube.
the Star Fox Adventures on GameCube, that game was also really good.
Was it?
I
Yeah.
never played. I always wanted to,
People-
but
It was supposed to be that other game, right?
Yeah, Dino World or something.
Dino.
we
yeah.
are sitting here talking about the best games when we were supposed to be discussing what the biggest waste of money was.
True.
True. What
True.
was? I don't know. I just don't spend a lot of money on most things. I feel like I probably got ripped off by somebody fixing my car or something like that, and
yeah.
that would be like a waste of money.
Yeah.
I just thought of. I'm glad you said video games, and I don't want to take any thunder away from what you were saying about your car.
I'm just kind of spitballing.
Yeah,
Go
I
on.
can't think of anything anyway for this.
I bought. This is a lot of money in one go. So there's this game coming out called Hellgate London.
Hellgate.
I bought a brand new computer.
Yeah.
I bought the special edition of the game, and it was a pay to play online. I bought the lifetime subscription to this game. Game crashed the day it came out, and was it just a few months later they canceled the whole thing?
Yeah, it was done.
I think I heard
fast.
about that. Maybe
Yeah.
from you. What
Yeah.
year was this around?
This is a while ago.
05 maybe.
Yeah, it was a while
04.
ago.
It was supposed to be
06.
like the shit, and then
Yeah, and then you could kind of play it, and like everything was cool about it.
Yeah.
Imagine what's that game called that we played? Division. It
Yeah.
was kind of like Division, where you can like upgrade your weapon and add shit.
Yeah,
to
it was like a first-person shooter
Yeah,
RPG,
but it was in,
in like a
like-
dystopian society.
yeah, and they're like
where, like,
monsters and stuff.
Yeah, everyone had to live in like the subway system.
Mm.
It
that
wasn't.
sounds like Division.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad. It still wasn't a bad game.
No.
It just it was very like underwhelming.
It's like No
and
Man's
Not
Sky.
bad
incomplete.
support. No, I would say No Man's Sky was worse than Hellgate London
Really?
in terms of like the release.
Because a lot of people were pissed about No Man's
people
Sky.
were pissed about Hellgate too, but I think you could and I guess No Man's Sky now too is like more playable.
That's
You
what
could
I've
say
heard.
It's making kind of a comeback,
Yeah.
which is
might
respectable.
rent
But
it
they
or
did too
something.
much. They did too much damage. They're not going to come back.
Oh,
What,
yeah.
what was the issue with that game?
You were supposed to have multiplayer, and
Mhm. It
There-
was supposed to be
they just-
fun.
they promised all this shit, and then when it came out, there was no multiplayer,
There's nothing to do in the game. You
and,
walk
and there's
around-
no point to the game, from what I've heard.
There's like
I've never
no
played
real
it though.
gameplay. You go. I guess there is now, but like when it first launched, you like because the point of it that was like appealing was it was like an open world like space adventure game.
Like you shoot
Open
aliens and stuff?
universe.
Open universe, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you could fly around this gigantic universe and discover these like planets
Oh, that sounds
that are all
sweet.
like
Yeah.
randomly generated with like randomly generated like monsters.
Could you
on
get,
the
like,
planet.
loot
and
stuff?
loot. Yeah.
Yeah, so but what you loot was like you just go to these planets, you have like a ray gun, and you like shoot like crystals to collect to like upgrade your ship and stuff. But that was like it. There was no depth to it at all.
And I think you were supposed to find the center of the universe,
something,
or something
like that. There was an overarching story. but it
Everybody
was-
almost that I ever heard talk about it said it was
But one of
completely
the-
disappointing
But
and
one of the
sucked.
one of the biggest issues was they were like, they interviewed the guy and was like, because they said it was multiplayer in terms of like everyone's in the same universe,
Mhm.
but the creator of the game was asked like, okay, so if you're on the same place on the same planet as another player, you'd see them, right? And he's like, yes, but that'll never happen because this universe is so big. And then like within the first couple days, there were two people in the exact same spot on the exact same planet, and they couldn't see each other. So it was like a
No
big, and that
way.
opened up like the floodgates for more like lies in his interviews. And I don't even think it was a lie. I actually think it was a server issue, but it was bad.
That
Yeah,
sucks.
it was so bad that Steam was offering refunds.
Steam already offers refunds.
But I mean that's not a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was
That
like people
sucks.
said, "This is not what I was advertised. I want my
Yeah.
fucking money back,"
Yeah.
and they gave them their money back.
Yeah.
good. Good on them. Good on
Yeah,
them.
See,
yeah.
you can get Steam's actually pretty cool. If you have less than 2 hours of playtime, you can get a refund on any game.
Oh,
Mm.
sweet.
So you can just like,
Do speed runs, and then if you can't get it, return. And
Well,
then
not
buy it
even
when
a
it's
I could do it a
Not
speed
even-
run the first time
yeah,
you played it.
not even a speed run, but it's a cool way to be like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this game or not, so I'll try it, and if I don't like it, Steam will take a refund.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Did you have a biggest waste of money?
I can't think of one.
Okay. What is
Too many to count.
Yeah.
No.
the most money you ever spent on one item, and what's the most money you ever spent in one day?
Isn't that the same question? Isn't that going to be the same answer?
It doesn't have to
No.
be.
No.
You could have bought a
I
bunch
could buy
of
a $300 TV, and then the next day buy $420 items.
Oh,
at the
okay.
store or something.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
The
now.
probably the most expensive thing I've ever bought, because I'm a broke ass American.
Mhm.
Was either that laptop or that camera.
What
So I guess that's good
about-
that they were my best purchases.
about your guitars? You ever spent more on a guitar?
I never bought them. They were gifts.
Oh.
Yeah, my last guitar that I got, I was 17. It was my graduation present. It was $700
cool.
bucks.
Was that
I still have it.
Was that
That's
the
awesome.
I
Schecter?
love it. No, it's a Fender. Fender Telecaster Deluxe Edition.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I still have it, and if that thing never breaks, I will never get a new guitar.
That's the
That's cool.
best for your buck. Why wouldn't you ever get another guitar?
I love it. I don't need one.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I'd love that guitar.
That could have been the. Well, he didn't buy it.
I
That's
didn't
why
buy
couldn't
it.
be the
Yeah,
best
it was a
for him.
gift
Most expensive thing is probably my car, right?
for a lot of people. Yeah.
And then that's the most amount of money I spent in that one day, I guess. Well, not really, because I didn't have to spend anything that day.
Yeah, you financed it.
So
That's true.
So
So, that's the most expensive thing you bought, but
Right.
not the most money you spent in one day.
in one day, right? In one day, the most money I spent.
I don't know for that. I don't really like track it.
Me neither.
It'd probably be that camera and that laptop. Something between those two. would
Yeah.
be both answers for me.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't- Go ahead.
I was gonna say probably like buy a computer too. Like you build a computer and you buy all the parts.
How much is your computer?
It's like $700 maybe.
Mine would be most expensive thing I bought. This is funny because like the most expensive thing I bought. Never mind, that's not funny. The most expensive thing I bought was my car.
What about your house?
That's the most money I spent in one day. I don't own my house yet,
Oh, that's true.
but when
Do you own your car?
yeah,
Good place to be.
the most money I ever spent in one day was when I put the down payment on my house. I had to get like a cashier's check or whatever it is.
Damn, you had that banked?
I had way more than that bank.
Holy fuck. What's your PIN number?
No, I invested the rest. Like, cause we didn't know like how much of the house we were gonna need, and then like, well, how much do we put down, and like how much extra do we pay? Like, I had no idea what to do about. Like, I was cheap and good at saving money, but I had no idea what to do with it. So I was just like stockpiling money. Like all that was just sitting in the bank. None of it was invested, so which wasn't smart. Yeah,
So wait, what's the difference? Like, what does invested mean?
like investing in like index funds or something. Put it somewhere where there's growth.
Like, how do you do that? I don't even. Well, I don't know
Why
why
do
I'm
you
doing
quote
this.
that?
Like quote. I'm doing quote. How do you do?
You put it
I
in
said
like
do with quotes around it.
How do you
One
in-
quote. I'm only lifting
Yeah.
one
How
arm.
do you invest in an index fund?
Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck that is.
It's like a amalgamation of different stocks.
It's essentially like a retirement program, like you'd get through work, but you don't get like the matching funds through work.
That you can put money in and take it out the next week if you wanted to. Whereas a 401k, you have to wait till you're like 60.
Can't you take the money out though? If 401?
You get a penalty.
Yeah, but you don't get that with the investments you're
Correct,
talking
yeah.
about. Oh, that's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I might have to look into that if I ever have any money.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I had no money in there. And it was all like, that was a lot of money to just to be sitting in a bank.
Yeah. Didn't it used to be different in banks? Like if you had a savings account, you'd actually accrue interest.
It's
or
still
however
like
you say
that.
it.
Yeah. But it's.
But which
the-
banks? Because I don't think
Yeah.
Chase is good for that, is
Chase
it?
does that.
Really?
Yeah, I've got money in my savings account.
What's your
that accrues interest.
percentage?
It's not high.
That's what I'm
No.
saying.
It's not high.
Didn't it used to be?
No.
There's never been any
It's-
options for
It's
that.
so insignificant. It's
Oh,
like,
Even
okay.
pennies on the
Yeah.
dollar.
Yeah.
So what do they? I read a book and the guy was complaining about that because he's like a financial guru.
Mhm.
He's like, you need to quit asking me $5 questions. You need to start asking me like the $30,000 questions
Mm.
because
that
like
guy's a badass.
you're going.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He's like,
It's too below my
no, because he's like, why are you stressing over finding a way to like make that extra $5 a year when you should be spending your energy researching something that's going to make you much more?
Yeah, set your sights on something bigger. That's
Yeah.
all he's really saying. But Dan's just a naysayer, so he has to try to put everyone
Well,
down
the way
around
he
him.
worded it was like,
it.
It offended me.
Yeah. Well, that if question offended him.
Don't ask me that type of question.
I'm just a financial guru.
Ask me a smarter question.
But he's
than
I have
that.
he's
several
saying-
accolades,
he's
and you're
saying he
coming to
wants-
me for questions.
Yeah.
So only ask him questions if he answers the way you want to hear it.
Good question.
Wow, that was brutal. Dan's down on the ground. He
Got
needs-
him.
He needs recovery.
Get out of my house.
Well, you know what, Dan? I think the most money you would have ever spent in one day is like rent, right? In like, I mean, haven't you done like a car payment and like
Dude.
a rent payment in one day? That's more than your computer.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Dan's gotten the best deals on apartments ever.
I know.
though.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
It's my skill set is
Yeah.
finding good deals on apartments.
Oh my god.
Best thing you ever purchased. That's kind of like the bang for your buck.
Yeah,
question,
I think
right?
that's the same thing, more or less, right? Or what is
No, because that could be something you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's different.
What's the? Oh, you're right.
Yeah, because you might not have gotten a good bang for your buck,
Oh yeah, you know
but
what?
you might
are
like
right.
it more.
I had to see it for what
Yeah.
it was.
I think my dog.
Oh, you count that as a purchase?
Shit, Yeah, I
Oh,
mean it is a
purchase, Jared.
purchase. Yeah.
I don't count that as a purchase.
How is it
Spent money
not?
on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, you spend money, but you're not buying like a dog, right? Right?
Totally.
You
totally
spend
are.
money,
think
but
so.
you're not
You're
buying
paying, like-
it.
You're paying like
Your girlfriend would be like freaking out.
you're paying like the fees, but it's not like I'm gonna go buy a dog today.
That's literally what it is.
But like the money's not going to like depending on where you get a dog from, the money's not going to like the profit part of it. You're just paying for like, you know what I'm saying?
no, I'm
trying
not
to
being a
think
dick.
of
I swear to
I'm
God.
trying to think of like a better example or like a good analogy for it, but I can't really think of one.
Does that mean?
Because like you're not paying for the dog, like the fees you're paying for like the shots, like you're paying for like
You're paying for the
Well,
dog.
it was an exchange of money. It said this dog is $300. I gave him $300, and they gave me a dog.
they told you the dog was $300 though,
Yeah.
or they said the fees for the dog are $300? Because I think there's a difference there.
I don't.
Because like when I got my cat, like the money that went
Where'd
to
you get
the
your cat?
Just Animals shelter in Mazan.
That's a shelter. Where'd you get your dog? A
I think
breeder.
it was also a shelter.
Oh, it was a shelter?
So like when you get like if adopted a child, would you say you bought them because it costs
Hell yeah.
money? Because like the
He's making me. That's the best point you've made so far.
because like
I'm
if
not
you-
trying to be a dick.
I know.
I just
you're
have not
'Cause,
understood
like you
anything you say out of your retarded mouth
Yeah.
until this point.
Because like for my like I was saying like my cat. So you go in, you go into Just Animals shelter in Mazan and you adopt a cat. You give them money, but that money's not for the cat because they're not taking a profit on it. They're not selling cats.
They're just.
But they had to spend money for like the
Gotcha.
immunizations.
they're more of a conduit than like.
Correct.
You've brought me a little bit more over to your
Okay.
side. I see what you're
With
saying.
the
now.
adoption thing, you got me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll change my
Yeah.
answer.
Because I wouldn't say because that would be my best purchases too, but I didn't buy them. I paid for them to have like their shots and stuff like that, but I didn't buy the cats.
Okay,
The cats themselves were free.
what's the best purchase?
My cats. Let me think about that now. I don't know.
Fuck yeah, best purchase.
I think. Tell me if this counts. When I was younger in my teens, being an impressionable teen, I went to a concert, spent money on a concert ticket.
Mhm.
Can that be counted?
Fuck yeah, it's an experience.
Yeah.
You can
Did
buy
you
an
adopt
experience.
The band members?
Yeah.
'Cause I know.
Yeah, that can. What band?
It was a show with Hypocrisy, Dark Tranquility, Children of Bodom, and Dimmu Borgir. At,
Sounds like a
smaller
stacked
venue.
lineup.
Yeah, that is
Yes.
stacked.
Jesus.
'Cause-
At a small venue too.
Yeah.
That's
What venue?
awesome.
I think it was the Metro.
Oh fuck yeah, I love the Metro.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's you can see big bands there, but it's not like
I like the House of Blues, where it's like you just.
I've
I
been
hate
there
that.
once. I actually
I'll
saw
never
Dimmu
go
I don't
Borgir
think
there.
the House
Did
of
you?
Blues
Yeah.
is that bad either.
Was I there? Who
No,
else
I
played?
think I went with Cricky and Keith.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't think you were
Okay.
there.
Yeah, I went before that album came. I know which the Death Cult Armageddon tour.
I can't even remember what. It was badass though. I liked it. It was a
Yeah.
good show. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember who played with them though. That was a long time ago.
Yeah,
I think they were only the only band I cared about on the bill.
but I would say that was the most because that I was a metalhead before that, and if I can pinpoint one time when my life totally was devoted to it,
Mm-hmm.
that would have been the thing that changed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a best purchase. Can you say food? Sometimes when I buy food, I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever
That
bought.
would be a category, but if there's one time you thought that you were starving or something, I guess.
I don't know. I can't think of one particular time, I guess.
I didn't even buy my cat.
I I bought a sound bar for my TV. That was a huge quality of life upgrade.
Yeah,
So
I
better than
noticed
the
that.
TV itself.
Probably.
Dude.
Probably.
When I listened to him playing a game on there, or when we were playing Smash or whatever,
Yeah.
I commented on it a month ago or something.
Mhm.
I said, "Dude, the sound is
Yeah.
badass."
Text me the
Soundbar.
model because we're in the market for a good
Okay.
soundbar, and I don't know anything.
It was
about
cheap
know,
too,
yeah.
in comparison to sound bars, because it's just that sound bar, and then underneath it's like the subwoofer.
Yes, I mean
It's just a
there's your
2.1.
cat
Where?
just sitting on the.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, she lays on that in the winter because it gives off heat. And you guys made me turn the heat off in my apartment, so they're all
Oh yeah,
suffering now.
your hairy cat is so cold. It's fucking sitting like whatever.
I think what about that Slurpee stuffed animal? That might be one of your best purchases.
Slurpees in general are some of my best purchases. I fucking love Slurpees.
He is a Slurpee
so
freak.
much. I am a Slurpee freak to the point where I bought a Slurpee plush. So, yeah, I don't know.
I can't think of anything really.
We will revisit this.
Maybe
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe.
I bought a comic book one time that was a really good purchase.
What
I
was
ended up selling it. It was Amazing Spider-Man 127, 129.
That's
It was the
the
first
Punisher?
first Punisher. And that was like I got it for a really good deal too.
How much did you pay for it?
It was like 170 something for it was in good condition too for a book that at the time was probably like twice that, if not more than twice that.
Oh,
They
nice.
could have gotten for it. The only reason I even asked the comic book manager who I was friendly with at the time, I was like, "You guys are letting that go for pretty cheap." He's like, "Yeah, we actually like bought a bulk collection, and that was in there." He's like, "We paid almost nothing for it." So he's like, we didn't want to like gouge people too bad. It was cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was
That's
a
good business.
purchase. Yeah, for sure. He was a really great guy. He's no longer there, and the new guy sucks ass.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he wouldn't do that. The new guy would be like,
I'm going to charge way more than that.
Is he
He's
Mexican?
Mexican.
Okay, I was gonna
Yeah.
say
"Yeah,
you're doing a Mexican accent. I just want
Yeah.
to make sure that's what you're
yeah."
going for.
I was going for Mexican.
A few years ago, I went to a comic convention, and I love Swamp Thing. And there was the first appearance of Swamp Thing is House of Secrets '92, and they had it, and it was graded at a 7. Do you know what that means?
No.
So it's like 10 is the best shape this thing's
Yeah.
ever gonna. You're never gonna find a 10, but it's like the best shape a comic book's ever
Yeah.
gonna be in, and like a 1's like the shittiest.
Yeah.
So there was one at a 7, and they wanted $300 for it, and I was like,
It's a good deal.
I was yes,
It's a really
I was
See, for me, I'm
incredible
like,
deal.
damn, that's expensive, but they're both
I
looking at
was-
me like it's a good deal.
I was hemming and
incredible
hawing
deal.
about it a little bit, and then I decided against it because $300 is a lot of money.
Fuck yeah.
And then I bought a bunch of other comic books, and then we left. And then the next year, I was regretting it. I'm like, damn, I really should have gotten that. Went back, it was a little bit more money, And last year, was it last year we went?
Mhm.
And the cheapest one I found was $1,300, and it was graded at like a 4 or something.
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious?
Even for that-
damn, it must have been. Obviously, that's a good deal then.
Even for
Yeah.
that time that he went and found it for $300, that's like an $800 book, even
Mhm.
at that time,
Yeah.
and especially graded, because graded prices for comic books go up extremely when they're graded.
So
Like,
they have
that's a
some
big
expert
difference.
look at it and say,
Mm.
I
Yeah, there's a company.
grade this.
There's a company called CGC, and you like ship it off, and they send it back to you, and they seal it in plastic and put a grade on it, so it keeps it in that condition.
Yeah,
forever.
yeah.
And when it's like that, when you see something that's CGC graded, the price goes way up.
So hypothetically, you buy that. I don't know
Boy.
why I Tom DeLonged that. But that goddamn the guy from Blink 182.
Tom
Okay. Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah.
Say you buy that, it's sealed in plastic. Do you ever take it out?
No,
You can't. It's sealed in plastic.
I just don't get like why.
it's the collector.
That doesn't make any
It's the
sense to me.
history of it.
I can't wrap
You-
my head around that. Like
Yeah,
I
you're
could
buying a
see,
piece of history.
the history. I could see. I'll go to the comic book convention.
Comic cook?
I'll go to the convention and I'll look at these things, and that's cool. I can't understand owning something like that. And
I
not
just
being
don't know
able-
why they don't take the cross to Christ and use it for firewood.
I actually would prefer they did that. No, no, but it's I don't understand owning it. I just don't understand it. It's not that I'm looking down on you guys
Right,
or
no.
anything like that. Where does it come from?
It's a collector thing. It's
Yeah.
you have a love for something, and then you want to like own a piece of that thing,
So what do you
and it's
You-
like a historical thing too, because that book's from like the 80s
right? So you bring it home.
or older, even maybe. I don't
I
really
would
know.
think so.
At least the 80s.
You bring it home. It's sealed in plastic.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do with it?
Jerk off on it. It's
Right.
plastic.
Right. Well,
Shove
I
it
mean,
up my ass.
I mean, you can just put it in like a long box, put it in your collection, and take it out every now and again and admire the looks of it.
You can't open it.
You can't open it. Mm-mm. You could hang it up.
Can't
too.
you can hang it up.
Well, I mean,
So it's like a piece of art
It's like a piece
Yeah.
of art. Oh, it's definitely
that you put on display.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Comic
Okay,
book.
I'm trying to come around to it and fully
Well, it's
understand.
like, are you as bewildered by like the toys? He doesn't play with these toys.
right.
I got
They're
the
just there
same
for
feeling
looks.
for him,
Yeah.
where I'm just like, what? Okay, so that next to the stormtrooper, that black thing right there,
Kylo Ren,
how much did that cost?
$240.
How much did the Stormtrooper cost?
So the Stormtrooper came with Finn.
Oh, there's Finn.
It was a 2-pack, $200.
For both of
That
them?
was a good deal.
How much was that, Derek Rose?
That was also like $220.
Why are all of those guys hanging out together? Derek Rose is hanging out with a stormtrooper.
Clint
and
Eastwood was cheap.
He was like 130, right?
Yeah.
I just so it's art basically.
Mhm.
It's just displaying art.
Yeah.
That's how I sleep at night. Call
Yeah.
it art.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely art, but it also, like I said, has that like I don't think for like comic books you want to also distinguish that it's like that. It's got that history aspect of it.
Okay.
So it's like an art, but it's like it's not like you go to like Target or something and buy like a painting they have there. That's art still, but like
But it's like if you go and you buy an original so and so painting.
it's like you went to like an actual like art what do they call that? Not a dealership, but like when they host,
Gallery.
like, gallery, thank you. Like you go to an art gallery, and even if it's not original, maybe it's got like maybe it was painted by an older artist that doesn't paint anymore, and you like that artist, so you want to like have a piece of their art.
Yeah.
It's like that.
So that's it. Okay.
Yeah, it's like that, and it's there's a limited factor to it. You know,
Mhm.
this is like technically this thin piece of paper from the '80s.
You get bragging rights too, right?
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
I own this.
Oh,
You
fuck
got
yeah.
that? Well, I've got this.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got that. And you bought it for what? You bought it for
Uh-huh.
that much?
Uh-huh.
Are you kidding me?
You're fucking getting me going right
Okay.
now. He's triggering
That's what it is.
my
I'm
butt.
still no part of this world,
Yeah.
nor do I.
Understand it, tell
Yes,
me.
I understand it now a little bit better. Okay, because yeah,
I think right now you understand it more than the people that are doing the color.
Yeah. Some people just do it as like they feel like they have to, you know.
You know
Okay.
what I hate? One of the biggest pet peeves is people that'll have a toy from like the 90s or 80s that's sealed and they think it's worth money.
They're not people. Same with comics
that's
from
bullshit.
the 90s.
Total.
a
Well,
lot of people are with baseball cards too. Are those
Yeah.
worth anything?
No.
Depends what era.
I mean,
but
what's
probably not worth
What's the
shit.
best idea? I mean, you go to the card store and you say, "Holy shit, I can get this card and I can sell it for what?"
Oh, a card?
A baseball card.
If you have the
Because people all growing up, they're like,
Sure.
"Save your baseball card.
That's horseshit.
You'll pay for your
Yeah.
college with that baseball card."
well, so
It doesn't seem like that's real.
it depends. I mean,
not.
it depends how far back you go and how rare. I mean, the T9 Honus Wagner baseball card.
No one's gonna have that.
Sounds so fake to me.
I know.
T9 Honus Wagner.
I'm not sure if T9's the right number. Honus Wagner was a pirate, but his
I thought it was
this
a
is-
baseball player. Ah, that's
Yeah,
so
that
another
was
boomer
lame.
joke.
Yeah.
Oh God.
But his card, if you have it, few people have it. There's only a few in
Like
existence.
3, right?
I don't know if it's 3, but there's
Wayne Gretzky
less
had
than
one.
probably like 20. Yeah, Gretzky's the most famous
No,
one.
I think there are 3. Period.
I don't know that there's only 3.
So
Three
there's
what?
only 3
Honus
Honus
Wagner
Wagners.
cards.
Oh really?
But
Oh, so that's
if you have that card, it's like millions,
okay.
millions. But even
But
if
you're
you
never
have,
gonna
like,
find that.
If so,
And do they all exist?
What do you mean?
Do the 3 they know where
There
the
might be
3
more.
are?
I think
You're
there's more.
probably
I think
right. I'm
there's
sure
more than
there's
3.
more.
But like he was saying, the Wayne Gretzky one, yeah, people track that, like who it goes to. It's like a news article every time it's sold.
Mm.
Same
His
with-
was stolen.
yeah, his was stolen. His was a big deal.
How would you? Where were they keeping it?
He moved. He had it on display, and one of the moving people stole it and like replaced
The
it. with a
owner is just
photocopy.
some guy, or did Wayne actually own it?
Wayne owned it.
He owned his own card.
It even
No,
they
he
stole-
owned the
no.
he owned the Honus Wagner.
Oh, sorry.
But it even
It's hard to follow
yeah
That's okay.
all
this
the
autism.
terms. But yeah, I mean even like new baseball cards that come out, like if you get like a 1/1 autograph of like a hot rookie,
Mhm.
it could be
In the
it
future.
could be thousands of dollars.
One day.
No, now
right away.
now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
I would if I were to go to the store right now and buy a pack of baseball cards and I got a hit out of them, I would sell them today.
That day.
I would not
Yeah.
wait.
oh.
Yeah.
So their property value is like cars.
Yeah, it'll go
goes
down.
down.
I'm sure
Well,
they'll
it
go
could
down.
go up too. It
No,
depends
they
who you
won't.
have. It depends. Yeah, it depends what you have. I held on to I had a signed Aaron Nola card. He's a pitcher.
Mhm.
Played for the Astros. Now he plays for someone else. I
In
can't
what
remember
era?
who.
Now?
Now he
He's
still
playing
plays.
now.
Yeah, it's probably like his third or fourth year.
Yeah.
I had a rookie card from I think it was 2015 or 16 was his rookie year.
Mhm.
Signed. I pulled a card out of a pack. At the time when I first pulled it, it was like probably $12 or so because he wasn't like a good pitcher, but he got traded. I can't remember to where the Phillies, I think, and he got really good one year, and then I ended up selling it for like $50.
Nice.
So not a big value difference.
Yeah, but just an example of it
Mm-hmm.
going up. in
When I
price.
was this might not be I'm not sure how much the card's worth, but when I was a kid, I liked hockey a lot, and obviously a kid's not gonna have a lot of money. And my dad would frequent card shops and hobby shops, and I bought a pack of minor league hockey cards, and there was an autograph in it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I got an autograph. Like, how great is this? And then like years later, I was going through those cards again. I found that autograph, and the autograph was Jerome McGinley, who was like an all-star in Calgary. So he ended up being a phenomenal, like legendary hockey player. And I had his Pee Wee autograph card. Well, not
That's
Pee Wee, but
awesome.
like minor league.
Minor, yeah.
Like, and then I was comparing his autograph then to what it looks like now, and it's just so funny, like how squiggly it.
Yeah.
The card
After
I
you've
had looks.
signed a billion fucking things,
Yeah.
like it gets worse.
Yeah.
So an autograph card, do they literally get the guy to sign it
Yeah.
and they put it in the pack?
Mhm.
Yep.
They'll get in huge trouble if they fake it. Didn't some company
Dak
fake it?
Prescott faked it. He had an auto pen, and he got in a ton of trouble for it.
Yeah. Like they have to.
So they come to the factory or whatever,
Mhm.
Well,
Or
or
they
the
might-
factory
they might-
comes to them.
They might
It
take the
depends.
blank cards and go to them and have them sign them.
yeah, or sometimes they'll mail them to him too, and that's how Dak Prescott got away for so long with using an auto pen. They'll just like mail them to him, and be like, "Here, sign these cards and ship them back to us." And then there's a difference too between like on card autos and sticker autos, where like an on card auto they'll have them sign the actual card, but a sticker auto is they'll have them sign all these stickers, these
Oh,
clear
I didn't know
stickers,
that.
and then they'll stick them on cards.
Oh, okay.
That's what
after
that
the
is.
fact. Yeah,
I guess that's just
those
as
are
good.
those go for less for
Oh,
sure.
they do.
Oh,
Okay,
really?
because
Yeah.
they didn't actually touch
They
the
didn't touch
card.
the card.
Or, okay.
It's still like it's
What if
still
they
their
rub the
autograph.
card on their balls? Does that go
Like
for
if
more?
there's
That's
well,
called-
that happens sometimes too, where they'll take the sticker,
and get a little
put
ball
one of their
hair under there?
pubes on it, and then stick it underneath the.
What would you
sticker.
pay for that? Would you actually like
No.
that?
Whose pubes? I would pay more for it for
There's-
sure.
What if they put someone's hair on it?
There are cards with hair in it. There's cards with pieces of jersey on them,
Yeah,
hair.
with
That
like
makes
blood on 'em.
sense.
There
Yeah.
was a
Blood?
Yeah, you can get like an.
Ew!
Yeah.
I've seen like
I wouldn't want
jerseys with
that.
blood stains. They wash them before they ship them out.
I don't care.
there was a card with Abraham Lincoln's hair on it.
Mm-hmm. Pubes.
His pubes.
Did he play baseball or hockey or something?
He was a professional wrestler.
He was
He
a
wrestled in
professional wrestler.
WCW.
What would his
Um,
wrestling name be?
But there was also an autograph of
A hat.
Hitler. They like cut out of like a thing and stuck that in a
Yeah.
card that sold for like $30,000.
They have like they have
Really?
like history cards too, where they'll take like, and same with baseball too. They'll take like a document that they signed and cut it out. Same with like checks. They'll sign like
Yeah.
they'll sell like used checks that they sign.
Mm.
You know.
There was a card. One side was FDR and the other side was Churchill.
That's
Wow.
badass.
I would
That's
have
really
loved to have
badass.
that.
Didn't put Stalin on there, huh?
No, well, just the two.
One of the big three.
It's only 2 dimensions. on the card.
Oh, there's. Oh, okay. I was gonna say no. There's not.
To be signed in that case.
Yeah, fair enough.
There's only 2 dimensions.
So, is there anything right now that you guys are looking at purchasing that you're struggling on pulling the trigger on?
Yeah.
What is it?
A lot of camera shit. I need some new
Oh, okay.
lenses. I need a backdrop. I want like green screen backdrop, white backdrop, black backdrop, and then whatever else.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, I want to get a new camera too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't have the funds for all of that. Obviously,
Right.
got to prioritize. Other than that, I'm probably gonna be needing to look at a new car at some point too.
Mm.
Like, I'm getting damn close to 200,000 miles.
Are you?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's probably pretty close.
so those for sure. I have a little bit of money saved up, but then fucking Christmas is coming up. It's gonna fuck everything up.
Christmas is that's a couple weeks away only.
I just bought my girlfriend's Christmas present. It's the first Christmas together.
What'd you get her?
Yeah.
I can say it on here. It's not gonna be out before Christmas.
What'd you get her?
I got her.
Is she gonna listen to it
Wedding
anyway?
ring?
You got her a wedding ring.
You did.
No, fuck no.
Did you get her? Are you a picture of? No, go ahead. Let's
I
forget I
plan on
even said
getting
anything.
her something else too. But I don't know if you guys do this, but when I'm dating someone and they say something,
You
that
make
they
a
like,
note
I
in
made
your
a note
phone.
because I was like, "Fuck, Christmas is coming up. I got to get her something." She was talking about how excited she was for my present, but she said she wanted Bluetooth speakers that can be connected because she's always hanging out in her backyard, having a fire, and then like going around like gardening and shit too. So she wants Bluetooth speakers that can be connected. But I just got her one that's really badass and it has 360 sound. And then if she gets another one of the same brand, she can connect that to it. But I think one's gonna be fine. It was like $120.
That's
so
cool.
I feel like I spent enough.
You know what they make that's
Yeah.
kind of a cool one too, that I can recommend to you to get her one day maybe, is they make this really awesome 360 Bluetooth speaker that's like good for outdoors too.
This one is too.
And it
yeah.
looks
you
like-
can throw it in the water.
Yeah, same with this one. And
Yeah.
it looks like a lantern. So it's got
Mm.
like a lantern handle and you can like hook it up on hooks.
This one has
And
like
it's
some
got
sort
like
of like a,
LEDs that do lights and stuff.
yeah. This one
Pretty
doesn't have the
cool.
lights and shit like that, but it's supposed to have decent sound quality because she really likes bass heavy music.
Oh, she's into rap.
Yeah, she's Black Jew.
She's
But
black.
no, she's into like. It's actually pretty cool. It sounds lame. Like when she described it, she's like, "Oh, I like bass." She's like, "It's not like dubstep, but it's like, it's pretty cool. It's kind of chill but it is bass heavy. So I made sure this has a decent bass sound. It's
That's
like,
cool.
It's like the UE Boom 3 or something. It's called.
That's cool.
Just came in the mail yesterday.
Nice.
One day shipping. For
Oh yeah,
free.
you were crying about it getting too cold last
Well,
night.
no, I said, dude, it was
Fucking bitch.
fucking cold as hell out yesterday. I was like, is that gonna be okay on my porch all
And
day?
I was telling him, I was like, they ship them all year round in trucks that
Listen to
aren't
how he's saying it
in-
like anybody could like not think
It's
that there
common
could be a problem.
sense.
Oh, sorry.
It's common sense.
You're supposed to store them in the
Is it not
freezer, you
common
fucking
sense?
retard.
For the record, they're both looking at me for reassurance. I'm not sure.
Pick me, Mike. Pick me.
Well, I will look down and not answer either one of them.
Okay.
What was the question?
Something pulling
Oh,
the
yeah,
trigger on
something-
spending
Oh,
something.
that's
yeah.
right. That's
Well,
right.
you Double D.
I want a new watch.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
What
I want to
kind?
get a new watch. I don't know yet. I've been doing some research.
You know what year it is, right?
2019
Yeah.
for a few more.
Are you getting
days.
a
Go ahead and-
smartwatch
go ahead
or
and
are
buy
you
a
getting like
watch.
a fancy watch?
I'm just
What'd you
being a
say?
dick.
Are you getting a smartwatch or a fancy watch?
I might go smartwatch, but I might go. Not
Would you even be able to
smartwatch.
operate that? I don't think they're for your kind.
Boomer.
Yeah, that was pretty
Wow.
bad.
Got him.
Oh my god!
I'm trying to go hard on him right now.
It's working.
Coming in hot,
Derailing
everything. I'm gonna back off. I'm gonna sit here with my Coors Light.
That's not a cord. Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, you went from Truly.
You're gonna naysay me on what kind of thing I have in my hand?
You had a Truly a second ago.
Man, you can diversify.
What's up with that? That can looks shaped funny, right? It's like
No.
thin.
Oh, it's a little smaller. It looks
Yeah.
like.
That's just how Coors cans are.
Is it?
Yeah.
I can't think of anything that I'm struggling to pull the trigger on.
Yeah, I guess though I'm not struggling. Like I'll pull the trigger on it when I find one I want. I guess I'm not really struggling.
Yeah, there's some toys that I want that I'm just like, kind of expensive.
Okay, same here. I want to get all the Mandalorian hot toys.
Oh my God, Jason does too. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen
You
it. and I'll
haven't like the
probably
show or
never
the
watch it.
toys? Do you have Disney Plus yet?
No,
You should. You should.
I'm like working through other stuff right now.
How much does
What
it
are you
cost?
working? What are you working through? $6.
Work.
What you working
It's
through
$6
there?
a month.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
the
that's
cheapest
pretty
streaming
good
service
actually.
of
Yeah.
all of
'Cause
them.
wasn't
bitch.
Netflix used to be like $7 or something?
Yeah, it's like
Now it's
12
like
now.
12
It's
now.
fucking ridiculous.
I don't pay for it.
No, I don't either.
Um,
I don't have any of them. I use Sam's Hulu. It's been on site on my Xbox for 2 years. It still works.
You can get Hulu and ESPN Plus and Disney Plus for $12 a month. They
Two of
have a
those I
deal
would
for
throw
it.
right in the garbage.
The Disney Plus and the Hulu.
You think I'm gonna watch ESPN?
Yeah. Well, now that you're in the baseball card collecting.
Now that I'm an expert.
Yeah.
what's you guys have both sold stuff before, right?
Yeah.
I used to sell on eBay.
What's the most money you ever made selling something? One thing.
I used to sell scrap computer
Oh, that's right. I forgot
like
about
boards, and I think in one go I probably made around $600 to $800.
Wow, that's
Ooh,
huge.
awesome.
Yeah. And
That's
it
a good
was-
one.
Yeah, it was. It would take like a while to save.
that. Were you
up that
shocked
much.
when you're like that much?
Probably the first couple times,
Yeah.
but then we established a price, and I would weigh it out first, so I knew what
gotcha.
was coming. I don't think I ever sold any one thing, because I would literally meet a guy in a parking lot, and he would bring his own. I would weigh it out, and then he started bringing his own scale. It was funny because he brought his own scale, like he thinks I'm ripping him off.
Right.
And I had it written down. I said, this is how much it weighs. He weighed it all in front of me, and it was the exactly right weight.
That's funny.
And I had like a shitty scale that I used, but I always scaled it down. I'd always round down because I didn't want to rip them off.
right.
And then in front of my face, he weighs it out in front of me. He's like, oh, okay, here you go. And he gave me the money. It was like, why don't you fucking try?
Yeah.
I mean,
You
I
don't
get-
know me
yeah,
that
I
well,
get
but
it,
like,
yeah.
he was trying to act like I was pulling.
The
It's
fact
like,
that he was
you
like,
look like a dick now.
right, he didn't go about. He should have. I understand why he still tested it,
Yeah,
but it sounded like he was being a dick about the way he was doing it, which is lame.
yeah.
I once went to a garage sale,
Mhm.
and they had a bunch of vintage, like original Star Wars figures, unopened on card,
I remember that.
and I bought them all for like $100. I just said I'll give you $100 for all of them, and there was one. It was a Dewback that was never opened, and I ended up selling that for like $600.
Oh my god,
Fuck yeah.
that's so.
It's a
awesome.
toy?
Yeah, just one. So I got to keep. I sold.
How big is it? Like, what is it?
Like
What's
little.
a dewback? I don't know what you're talking
It's like
about.
a
like-
lizard that you ride on
Yeah.
top of.
It was
From
like-
Star Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like this big.
Were those in Battlefront?
No, they were not in Battlefront.
Oh.
But I sold a bunch of other things in there for like between like $80 and $200, and then I kept the other half of the collection. So I was like, that's a pretty good.
That's a fuck. Oh,
Fine.
God, I
That's
love
awesome.
dude.
that was like the find of a lifetime.
There's a high to buying and selling.
Like
Mhm.
flipping, yeah,
So fun.
yeah.
It was the most money you've ever made.
Mine is not that much money compared to you guys.
Glad
So
you went
comic
But I
books and
sold
stuff.
oh, you're right. I sold when I sold that Amazing Spider-Man, that was like $300. Actually, that is probably the most expensive thing that I sold.
Sold on eBay.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I was going to say a baseball card cuz I had a rookie
They're worth nothing.
Yeah, a
It's the
sold
biggest thing I've ever
a
sold.
sold it was a rookie autograph for I think he won rookie of the year that year. But I sold that for like almost $200.
Dang, nice.
Yeah,
That'd feel
that was
pretty
just something I got out of a pack because I've done like flipping for baseball cards too, where like you buy it cheap and then sell it higher.
Mhm.
But that was one that I actually pulled out of a pack.
Mm.
That was like the most expensive card I've pulled out of a pack too, which is cool. Because it was like I bought a whole box for like $90.
I could see how you could get addicted to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's the most money? What's the most money you've spent over time in like one category? Now I know you want to say food, but let's limit it to fast food, and let's not bring in like your everyday groceries.
What are we talking about? Time?
Yeah, I don't even understand the question still. I'm an idiot.
Most money you've spent on one category over time. So like
Over what
accumulate
amount of time?
your life.
Okay.
That you've been spending money on
Oh,
clothes.
okay.
Oh,
Your life.
booze.
Okay.
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 Gas. Alcohol.
Probably gas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, let's take out necessities.
Yeah. Let's take that out.
So
So that's too
food
easy.
is
That's too
out
easy.
too.
Yeah.
And no rent, nothing
Yeah.
like that. So like hobby things.
Sure.
Technology.
Or clothes.
Does that count?
I think I'll
Clothes
throw
can be a
in.
hobby.
Technology, I'll throw in there too. Yeah.
I'd say probably technology. You know, I've bought like computers and laptops and phones.
More
and
than video games.
That's
You spend a-
technology.
I would split those two up because those are two different categories. Like computer is kind of a different category than video games.
That's
if you
true.
build
Software and
What if you
hardware.
build a computer for video games?
I would leave hardware. I would leave like computer hardware and video games separately. I mean, there's like two totally different categories. You can combine into one.
So okay. So computer hardware is different from video game stuff.
Yeah.
Probably video games then. Over time,
Definitely not video.
counting
games for
like
me.
the systems too.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely video games then. Easily.
Because like also like because you buy Steam video
I
games
spent
too.
like
and-
I spent like probably a couple $100 on video games just this last month.
yeah.
You know, because it was November. November is the big video game month, though.
Oh, is that true?
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh. Hey, I can't wait for the new Animal Crossing.
I know. Same here.
So excited.
I never
Have
really
you
got
been-
into Animal Crossing.
It's great.
It's good.
I played it a little bit. I didn't mind it. Is it for Switch?
It's going
It will
to
be.
Is that what it's going to be on? Like that's it?
No, there's a lot of other Animal Crossings out there.
No. I'm saying the new one. It's coming
Yeah,
out
the
on
Oh,
Switch,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's the only system.
You should get the one on the 3DS though. New Leaf.
Hell yeah.
It's really good.
Fucking
Yeah.
great,
Yeah.
dude. I'll play it again.
I don't think it's.
I'll throw mine in the garbage. You can borrow mine.
Yeah,
Why
do
would you
that.
throw it in the garbage?
Because it
I was
sucks.
joking.
It's the worst.
I was joking.
I can't tell what's going
Bring
on
me
right
the-
now. The
Bring me the
fuck
garbage.
is happening? I look at his garbage. There's just a bunch of great video games in there. Nothing else. Oh, yeah. For me,
music stuff, maybe.
That's what I'm trying to think that, but
But you didn't even spend any
most of
money
my
on
music shit
Yeah.
is like shit that my dad bought me when I was a teenager, and I just still have
Right.
it. And then I just upgrade like guitar strings or replace guitar strings.
You don't really buy that much stuff that isn't a necessity.
Would you say
Yeah.
going out to eat? Because I mean, that's like kind of an entertainment, going out to eat.
I'd say probably alcohol.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
a good one.
'Cause I always
he's
like to
always
have
drinking
alcohol.
He's got alcohol on him now. I see it.
If I'm doing something social, I usually want a drink around me.
That's
I
a
might
good
not. I might not
answer.
even drink it, but I like to have the option.
That's a good
Okay.
answer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a good
That's
one.
accurate.
Yeah.
How do you feel about yourself knowing that that's the case? Though?
I'm
Do you feel
well.
like an
I plan on
alcoholic now?
driving off a bridge on the way home. No,
You'll probably
I don't feel
should
that
be
bad
too
'cause I-
drunk to get to the bridge.
I used to, and if you've made it this far in the podcast, you'll know some of these. I used to go way too hard with the getting fucked up and stuff, but I never get wasted or anything now. I just like to loosen up after work a little
Yeah.
bit, or like if I'm doing something social, or like for the podcast, I want to loosen up. I really don't spend that much money on it, but I would say over my whole life, it's probably, other than the necessities and like gas and regular shit, it's probably the thing I probably spend the most. But I always buy cheap shit, and I don't feel bad about it.
No, that's cool.
I think the most I've spent is probably action figures.
Oh, it's gotta
oh,
be.
yeah, action
Gotta be
figures.
for
I
you,
spent
yeah.
a lot on that over time too. Not as much as games though.
Yeah.
What about cards?
I spent a lot on cards too over time.
Yeah, because
But
I've seen you drop
again-
some money on some cards, and that's just like
Yeah.
random day, Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cards are expensive.
like one day you just grab like a couple of those big ass those cardboard things where it's not just like a little pack of cards, it's like
It's a box. Of
a
them.
box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've spent.
I don't know, what do those cost? Like $20 or $30?
It depends like what cards you're talking about. I've bought like
Magic
boost-
cards.
I
or-
bought like booster boxes of like Pokemon and Magic, and those are like $100 for like a booster box.
Holy shit.
But-
$100?
Yeah.
Oh!
For it's like 36 packs of cards in them. And like Dragon Ball Super, but those were a little cheaper. But cards and even action figures by comparison to video games though are newer. Like I've been playing and buying video games
Newer
like
to
my
you.
whole life. Yeah.
Newer to you, yeah.
Yeah. And like I've been collecting action figures since high school. Cards is a more recent thing than that even. Like when I first started college.
Mhm.
But like I've been buying video games since I was like a little kid.
Yeah.
So
I never had to buy games when I was a kid. It was always just like a gift or something.
most of mine were gifts, but like if I was gifted money, it went to video games.
Sometimes, yeah,
Yeah.
that would happen. I remember I bought a Game Boy Advance like right when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Because what did that cost when it came out? It wasn't even
Game
like
Boy
idea.
Advance, probably less than $100.
yeah, I think it was $80.
Yeah, 80 sounds right.
Can you fucking imagine if the new handheld console cost $80? I
Mike
mean, back
was-
then obviously that was more money. But
And Mike was talking about the PS1. The Game Boy Advance was one of my favorite consoles.
dude,
It was so good. There were so many good games.
I got that in Tony
There
Hawk
was
2,
Metal Gear.
fucking Golden Sun.
That's all I can
Yes.
think of.
Metal Gear. I didn't realize he was doing a joke.
For the Game Boy Advance,
Yeah.
there was a Metal Gear for regular Game Boy Color. I'm thinking the Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Was it any good?
I liked it.
Yeah, I never had that one. God, I love Metal Gear Solid.
Dan,
Dan says he likes Metal Gear Solid, but he's only beaten like 2 of them.
Yeah, and
He's a complete.
I
I'm
know
like at the
he was
point-
arguing with me. We were getting pretty heated
Let's
because
bring it back up.
'cause
I'll moderate.
I beat Metal Gear 5. Was it? We were arguing about.
oh yeah.
So I beat Metal Gear 5. Start to finish, I beat Metal Gear 5.
Mhm.
Dan gets halfway through it, and he says he's on the last boss. And I said, no, there's more game beyond that boss that you're on. He's like, no.
but
I'm
it's
at the
like
last boss.
it's like the gameplay after that point is like you do the same missions a second
That's
time.
not true.
That's not all of them. No, there's a lot of optional shit.
not true. There's so much more game. Like, oh, it gets like you. There's.
Where
so-
does
yeah.
the story end though?
There's a
He
there's a
goes
lot.
back to he goes back to the hospital.
Yeah,
You
Oh,
like wake
okay.
up in the hospital
and you
get
find
nothing to do.
out that I don't know if we want to spoil it.
Don't spoil.
You never
Okay.
you never finished it.
No, I never
Oh
finished it.
Jesus!
Yeah.
He thinks he's
Wait, you're on the last
boss.
boss and you never finished
No,
it?
he's
No.
halfway through the game.
Yeah, you have to listen to all the tapes that are in yellow because that'll unlock a new mission. I had to figure that the fuck out because I was like not listening to the tapes ever,
Right.
and then and you got to do what are there's the regular missions, then there's what optional ops or what's
Yeah,
it fucking called?
Well, he's right that they do.
You have to like redo all the missions again.
You don't have to.
No, you
redo
don't
'em,
have to. You don't
No.
have to redo any of them. I
But
don't think.
a lot of the missions, they like get like there's like a harder mode, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
can't be seen while you're doing
Yeah,
it
yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
Right.
Like they have that, but you don't have to do
No.
those for the regular game. But there's like optional shit that is not a repeat of
Right,
past
optional
shit.
stuff.
Right.
Where does the story end, though? That's my point. Well, I guess I don't want to ask.
What he was saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot more story.
Okay.
Like,
That's
just out of curiosity, where's Quiet right now in the game for you?
Quiet is someone who I never pay attention to, and I never.
hates
bring
Quiet
up.
for some
I fucking
reason.
hate Quiet. She's such a fucking dumb, annoying bitch. I've
Um,
got the dog with me at all times.
The dog
I
is
did
pretty
too.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
you
guy
know,
too.
I liked Quiet for a little while. When you like level her up a little bit, she gets a little bit better. But the dog, dude, he's down with you. He's showing
Yeah,
you where everything
he's
is.
cute.
Quiet, you have to tell her where to go.
Yeah, she's
You know, you
annoying
can send
as
her.
fuck.
You can send her out ahead, which is
Yeah.
badass, and you
she
can give her like
scouts
the.
people for you.
She gives me a head, all right.
I would love that.
Totally.
So, we've talked about a lot about spending money on ourselves. How much is the most you guys have ever donated?
Donated.
At one time or in like
Mhm.
total? At one time.
I've donated my time.
Don't count. We're talking money. Money, money,
Like
money,
nothing.
money.
Yeah,
I've donated like a week of my life though.
You've
before.
never had an instance where they were like, "Do you want to donate $1.50?"
But that's
to
what
the
I'm
Red
saying.
Cross?"
Like I've done like
right.
minimal shit that's not even worth. I've never done
yeah.
like a big donation
Yeah, I
to
haven't-
an organization or something. I don't know. I want to know where my money's going. I'd rather give it to a bum than give it to some fucking organization where it might be going in someone's back pocket. I worked at Goodwill for 2 years. That place is a fucking shit show. Half that shit goes in the fucking garbage if it's not clothes. And it's a corporate office. There's people making really big money on
Right.
that. It's not
Right.
what it
No.
appears to be. A lot of people think that's a good
Right. When they're-
charity.
Exactly.
And what their big mission is to get people jobs.
Right.
What?
Yeah, that's what they always say. It sounds very cultish. They're like, "Do you want to support the
Mission.
Goodwill?"
And they have
mission?"
like
It's what
Down
the
syndrome
fuck's that
people
mean?
pictures on the fucking wall.
Yeah,
like
it's
we got
weird.
this guy a
True.
job. It's like
Yeah.
I never got anybody a job. They
Right.
worked my fucking ass off, and they didn't give us enough help. It was insane. I
Mm-hmm.
was like burning up in the summer, lifting all this shit. I got in really good shape while I was working there,
Fuck yeah.
and I made dog shit money. And there's corporate people fucking making a shitload
Yeah.
of money off of something that's supposed to be a charity.
It's a for
Fuck that!
it's a
Don't give them any fucking money.
for-profit organization. So you can't. When you're a for-profit organization, you can only like say that you're so charitable. You know.
And that's the thing. Most people don't do that much research into where.
Right.
I mean, maybe they do because I don't give money to people. I would.
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking about donating more time though, as an aside. But and when it comes to money, I really don't have that much to give. So like, what can I really do?
Right.
But time is very valuable if anybody wants to donate. Like you can go to a
Totally.
homeless shelter and just put salad in a bowl and hand it out. Like
Mhm.
I've literally done that before. It's really not that hard, and they really appreciate it.
Yeah. Same answer for me. I never like donated a lot at one time. I had when I was working at Walgreens, I had $5 out of every check go to different charities.
Oh, out of every check.
Every check.
Nice.
So I would
That's
say probably
significant. You worked there for
$5.
fucking 5 years,
Yeah.
right?
That's
So
Oh yeah. But that wasn't one time. That was $5 every 2 weeks.
Oh,
So
okay.
probably
That's-
$5 is the most I've donated at like one time.
At
I can't
one
think of a
yeah.
time that I've like, because I don't think I've ever like, aside from like the, do you want to round up your to the nearest dollar for? I do that every time they ask. But
I don't at Goodwill.
well, actually, at Goodwill I don't either.
Yeah.
But I do it at like
That's
they
the
do
only
it
place
at,
that usually asks me.
Firehouse Subs does it every time for like the firefighter.
The firefighters,
charity
yeah.
they
You
do.
know what? I
That's
usually
cool.
do that
Yeah,
too. My
that's
brother's a
cool one.
firefighter, so
Mhm.
of course
Everyone
I'm gonna
loves
do
a
that.
firefighter.
Yeah, dude, they don't do anything wrong.
Nah, they're badass. Actually, we have like medical incidents that occur in our building, and I'll like usually be involved in that somehow. And a lot of the firefighters, at least in Chicago, assholes, huge assholes.
That sucks.
It does
Yeah,
suck.
because every firefighter that my brother works with, I go to the parties and I hang
Well,
out with them a little bit.
The
They're
first
all
time I
pretty
met
chill.
your brother, he was kind of an asshole too.
he was going through some weird phase.
I love that.
Like I can't.
I bring this up all the time.
We're
it's
in
one of my
Jewel.
favorite thing.
It was
Oh,
Jewel
I
that
know.
you
Jewel.
first met him, right?
Jewel, yeah.
We're in Jewel in the checkout line. My parents had just sold their house. I hadn't seen my parents for months. Hadn't seen my brother for months, and it was kind of sudden that like all of a sudden I don't see my family that often. Me and Dan and a couple friends are in the checkouts at Jewel, and I see my brother. I'm like, "Hey, what's up, man?" and he gave me a sup nod and walked out the door.
It was like it's like when you're in high school and you see someone that you kind of know, and you're like, "Hey, man," and they're just like, "Hey."
Yeah.
That was all he gave.
I was gonna go up and talk to him.
And I
He
was like,
gave me a sup nod and walked out the fucking door.
I thought he was fucking.
Have you brought it back up to him?
No,
I thought he
it'd be
was
too.
like,
That was like fucking 5 or 6 years.
I
ago.
thought he was joking. He's like, "There's my brother," and he's like, "Hey," and then he just gave him the sup nod. I was like, "That's not."
Yeah,
your
I was
brother."
like embarrassingly excited to see him,
Funny.
and he looks nothing like me. So Dan probably thought I was
That's
fucking
my point.
joking.
I was like, "Is he busting my balls right now? Did he do that to a stranger?"
And I was like kind of like. I like hurt my feelings a little bit. I was like, "Damn, dude, what the fuck?" And then the other time, around that same time, is when I was living at Eric's house. I saw him driving down right in front of Eric's house. I saw his truck. I knew it was his. I'm like waving at him. He just kept driving. Like, what the fuck did I do to you, dude?
so
Your brother doesn't
funny.
like you.
Well, he's much cooler now. He let me live with him for
So
5 months
funny.
this year, so
That's true. Yeah.
for very like almost no money.
Tried to do it for free, even. I think, didn't he?
No.
say? I thought
No.
he said like. Didn't he say?
He let me
that?
live there for like a month for free.
Yeah,
but then
okay, that's
once
what
I
I
was
was
working and shit.
Well, yeah, once you were
we
working.
established a price. Yeah.
But you were even paying him before you were working when he said you should.
No, I was working like right after I moved in.
Oh,
I was
fuck
working
you,
like
then.
2 weeks
I don't
after I
fucking
moved
know
in.
What you're talking about?
You're
anymore.
you're just pulling
I've got
bullshit out
bad
of your
memory
ass,
from
ruining
something
the
that
whole
happened just this
podcast,
year.
ruining the story,
Okay.
fucking everything up like usual.
How long have we been going, by the way?
2 hours.
Okay.
I donate a couple $100.
He just throws that in there, not
Yeah.
even talking
I'm
into the
going to the next
microphone.
question. What's the most money you've ever received as a gift?
Purely as a gift.
As cash, not as an item,
Yeah.
like not the value of an item, the cash.
Mm-hmm. I remember, this is not like the most money, but I remember like an odd money thing
Mhm.
that I received was for me and Tara's wedding. We
Oh,
received,
you probably got a bank off of that.
but there was Tara's cousin. I mean, we were thrilled that they even give us anything, but it was just odd how they gave it to us. They gave us a 5 and 10 singles. That was kind of weird. It was
That
like
is weird.
it was like the amount of
You
money.
can't just round up to a 20 in one bill.
Yeah, I thought it was weird that it was
How old
$15.
are they?
They're older than I am. It was weird that it was $15 and that it was a 5 and 10 singles.
Yeah, if it would have been a 5 and a 10, it would have been less weird.
Yeah.
Or even 3 5s.
But it'd still be weird because even the amount of money is strange.
Yeah, just round up to a 20.
Yeah.
Were you doing the budget that month and you said, well, we can give them $15?
Well, I mean, we were even like, that's great. Like they didn't have to give us anything.
Did
But
they
we were
give
just
you
like, it was just very odd.
Did they give you a card too?
Yeah, and even the card said something.
It would have been weirder if it was like $12 or something.
Yeah, like
At least
a
they
yeah,
round
even
to the
amount.
5.
Yeah. And they were like all crumpled
12.
up and stuff. It was really weird.
That's strange.
You know what that was? That was,
Money they found
fuck,
in
we
their-
didn't give them a gift.
Yeah.
Right. We've got this.
Fuck, we forgot.
How much is in our pockets?
Oh my God, there's a blank envelope in here. Fuck yeah. What do you got in your wallet?
And that's actually why I asked.
We've got $16. Just give them the 15. The 16 is weird. 16 would be weird.
Well, no, because that's actually why I asked my last question of did they get you a card? Because they would have had to go out of their way to get a card.
Maybe they had a 20 and the card was like $5.
yeah.
But
That's an
10
on the way
singles,
to
though?
the wedding present.
Oh, yeah, the singles.
The
It
10
was-
singles, because you wouldn't have gone and bought a card with a 20 and gotten 10 singles back.
Maybe they just happen to have like
It's possible.
somewhere
Yeah, it's
around
possible.
10 singles together.
It was weird.
That is
Strange.
weird.
That is really weird. I'd ask them.
I don't like them.
Oh, well, who cares then?
Because of that?
No, I don't care. No, I've never liked them, but I just thought that it was weird.
Well, they don't like you either.
I know.
Apparently.
none of those cousins like me. I don't care.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, I don't
Jesus
dislike
Christ.
them. I just don't like them.
This makes into a this brings up a good question. Like, I feel like receiving money in a weird way, like that's what you're talking about. One time I was on a date with a girl and we were sitting playing darts, and a guy that neither one of us knew came up to us at the bar and was asking if we wanted to play darts with him. And I was like, no, we're just hanging out, man. It's all good. And the vibe wasn't weird or anything.
Right.
And he said he was just talking about how he won a bunch of money on some slot machines or something. He's like, you guys want to play some darts? I was like, no, we're good, dude. And he's like, all right, well, this one's on me. And he just slapped a 20 down on the table and walked away.
That's awesome.
And I picked it up and I said, dude, I don't need this.
Oh,
And he's
I'd
like,
fucking taking that
he's
in
like,
a heartbeat.
he said, I'm giving it to you because I want you to have it. And I
I'd
was
take
like,
it too.
all right. And I put it in my
Oh,
pocket.
nice. So you did
That's
take it.
so
Yeah.
weird. Was the girl like,
weird.
I want half of that?
We were both just like, what the fuck was that? I mean, I
Yeah.
paid for a lot of shit.
Was he
with her
drunk?
anyways? So, oh yeah.
Oh, there you
But
go.
he wasn't like
There's the answer.
he wasn't stumbling over drunk. You could tell he was the kind of person, he still held his composure very well while he was drinking. You know, he wasn't slurring, nothing like
right.
that. He just slapped a 20 on the table. It was a weird confidence move, but I didn't take it as like a
Yeah.
not like
you're just
a
playing darts and this guy wants to give you money for no reason.
yeah. He
kinda
just
strange.
20 too.
Remember when we
Why would he give me
played-
any money?
Right.
Remember we played at that show? I can't even remember where it was. It was outdoors and
In the clamshell?
yes.
Yeah, that was in
And-
Wisconsin.
Okay. And we had blank CDs, and somebody gave us like $20 a blank CD. Well, it wasn't a blank CD; it was like recorded on. We wrote in like Sharpie our
Yeah.
band name. and
No
somebody gave us
way.
$20 a CD.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, people do that. That's actually not that weird. I've
Oh,
had
really?
even one of my friends for an EP that I made, or like a, just a little demo I made.
Mhm.
He was like, here, and he just gave me a 20.
Oh, nice.
that's
And I was
Cool.
like, damn, for real? He's like, yeah, just
That's awesome.
he said something like, you got to support the local artist or something,
Mhm.
I was like, oh, damn, that's really
Cool
fucking nice.
concept. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a nice thing to do.
Yeah. So that's not actually unheard
Okay.
of, because they're like, you know what, this person's trying. Like, fuck yeah.
Right.
I got a 20. You get
Totally.
that. So yeah, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to put this right back into creating more CDs. It was a blank CD too.
I like that. What was the question again? Also, did you miss Mike? I was gonna call him out for it, but then you started talking.
Well, let's
He
not
said,
revisit this. Whatever.
No,
He
let's
goes,
please.
I know I'm going way back to it already. He goes when he was talking about his cousins again, who gave him the money.
Uh-huh.
He goes, "I don't dislike them. I just don't like them."
I missed that.
Oh, I think I meant to say I'm neutral.
Probably, but it was funny. See, it's not as funny now that I just look like a dick now.
Yeah,
No,
Bring it up
you
again.
totally look
Bringing
like
it
a dick.
up.
Yeah, let's revisit it so you
Yeah.
can say that.
You look like a petty prick.
Yeah, you want to waste some more time?
You guys know any kids?
It's going full. He's revealing himself to the audience finally.
I just did it.
The question was the most money you've ever received as a gift?
Oh, that's right. Okay.
I really don't know.
Okay.
It can't have been like that much, like just cash.
I think the
Or
most.
like a check or something too, right? Like
I
when you
don't- nobody-
graduated.
Oh,
I
That'll
didn't
count.
get.
Anything when you
I got
graduated.
my guitar when I graduated.
But okay.
It wasn't
But even
cash.
from like other family members. Too?
No, nobody gave me shit.
Mine was probably like a couple $100.
Yeah, I want to
think.
say it's something like that, but I
you
can't
can't even like pick up.
No, I know I've gotten $100 gift card before.
Yeah, I've gotten 100. I've probably gotten more than 100. I'll bet from like one of my family members when I graduated high school, like $200 or $300 probably from one of them. Like
You know
an
what?
aunt or an uncle maybe.
Last year for Christmas, my dad, and especially I was living across the country, he said, I don't know what to give you, and I don't want to ship anything, so you want to just spend $200 on my Amazon account?
Oh, nice.
And I was like, fuck yeah, dude. It's a bad
awesome.
Yeah, I got some
Sex toys.
yeah.
Your dad's
Cool.
Amazon shows up.
Right,
I was like,
yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And I said, hey, when you come visit, we can try these out.
Oh, double-sided like.
Butt plug.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gross.
Why are those guys walking so close? Oh, father and son.
Yeah, and back to back.
Yeah. So this is how we walk.
Yeah. What about you, Mike? What's your most gifted amount of money?
Probably like wedding money. I think my parents gave us $1,000.
It's awesome.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. And that was
That's awesome.
they gave us the most out of anybody, and that was the $1,000.
That's cool. That's a good amount of money. That's
Yeah,
a lot.
That's badass.
Well, yeah, but like I've never asked my dad for money. I've never asked my parents for money. We didn't
never asked my dad for money.
we didn't ask them to
You
pay
haven't?
for any part of our wedding or honeymoon or anything. So
Your wedding, I don't think I've ever told you this, but that venue was fucking awesome.
Thank you.
Where was that?
Tara found it. I can't remember the name of it.
What town was it in though? I can't even fucking remember. Remember it wasn't
Oh my
I
god!
was living out in like Tinley or something at the time, and it wasn't that far from there. It was so nice. I remember walking in. It's just fuck yeah.
It was
had,
pretty.
It had like a kind of. This is gonna make it sound like it's not as nice as it was, but it almost had kind of a cabin look to it.
It was
had a-
rustic for sure.
yeah, it had this
that's-
wood.
Yeah.
It's a shed. Don't call it.
It was in his backyard. I was like, but it's nice. The lawnmower was out. It was no, dude, it was so nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, I remember thinking that. But I was such a pissy bitch at your wedding. because I
didn't even get to spend time with anybody.
That's how weddings are.
that is
Yeah.
how weddings are.
I was still salty at Eric during that time, and then Kevin was there too. I was actually hanging out
yeah.
with Kevin a lot at that wedding.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was the last time I saw him.
Kevin?
Oh shit.
That's the last time I ever saw him.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. You're fine. Yeah, that's the last time I saw him.
It's insane.
You know what? No. That was it for sure. Because the other time I'm thinking of was at Eric's house, and I was kicked out of Eric's house. That's why I was pissy at him at your wedding.
But it's nice that you got to hang out with Kevin.
Yeah, and he was being chill.
Yeah.
Remember him saying something like, I wasn't drinking at the time at all, because he's like, what are you drinking tonight? I was like, oh, I don't drink right now, or what? I was like, I quit drinking. He's like, oh, really? He's like, I bet you still pound the coffee in you though, right? I was like, dude, I quit that 4 years ago or something. He's like, oh. That's like one of the few conversations I remember having with him there. I remember him asking a lot about me there. Like, where you live, where you work, where you
That's
do?
nice.
Yeah, but I told him, yeah.
For some reason, like the past couple weeks, I've been thinking about him an awful lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you're out of questions?
I'm out of questions.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not out of questions, but I'm sick of the topic of money.
Okay.
Oh, what about?
Oh, no. You do it.
Did you want to do suggestions now?
So, what, we want to do recommendations?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Who wants to start?
Doesn't matter.
I could start.
Go for it.
Based on the topic of money, I thought I could recommend a book.
Okay.
There's a book called The Millionaire Next Door. They did a
He's doing a sleeping bit. What a cocksucker!
they do a study on a bunch of millionaires. Ask them a bunch of questions.
That's cool.
That's what the book's about. It's good. It's really good.
If you care about your money, check it out. What's it called again?
The Millionaire Next Door.
The Millionaire Next Door. Me or you, Danny?
I'll go. Taking it in the other direction of money, of like, you definitely don't need this, but it's cool. I got one of those little circular robots
I
that
see that
vacuum
down
the
here.
floor for
Oh,
you.
Yeah.
Roomba?
Yeah, it's not Roomba
You know
brands,
what's
but
funny
it's.
is you got your Roomba.
Mm-hmm.
It would literally take you 30 seconds to vacuum.
I vacuum. I vacuum.
It goes all the way over there. Never mind.
Yeah, it goes in. Yeah, it's because I vacuum every weekend, every Saturday,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
and it does not take me it takes me like an hour or so.
This takes you an
You're a
hour?
liar. It does not.
Yes, it
I
does.
don't
Pick up
believe you.
every single
Yes, it
piece of
does.
furniture?
No, but like
How
so,
in the fuck would this take an hour?
So you switch it. You start off switching out the heads to do the kitchen and the bathroom,
Switching
Pull
out
the-
what heads?
like the
You
heads
vacuum
to.
the kitchen?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Why don't you just sweep it?
Yeah, sweep it.
And then do what?
What do you mean do what?
That's
You're
it.
done.
No, I vacuum it. So you
That's your
vacuum
first
that.
problem.
You vacuum that. You
that
gotta,
takes 45
you gotta
minutes.
pull the. You gotta pull the rugs in here to vacuum the rugs. You gotta go in there vacuuming up all the cat litter and stuff that gets spilled out. That's no fun. Vacuuming that out of the carpet.
Watch this. Done.
I think you'd be surprised. Hey, there's no way that takes you.
You
an
might
hour.
just have like
Takes
a
me an
really.
You
hour.
need to time yourself
shitty
next time, and the
version.
next time we
hour.
come in, tell
how
us
long it
like,
takes.
yeah, put a timer on and then do it.
Okay.
An hour? This place ain't that big, man. Do you move the couch and shit?
No. I
Do
move
you like rip out the carpet before you start?
Yeah, do you lay down new carpet every time and
You
then
guys-
vacuum it?
You guys aren't vacuuming well enough then. If
I
you
guess not.
Yeah, what do you,
yeah.
I'm perfectly fine with my level of vacuuming.
But you bought a room.
That was my recommendation. The circular vacuum cleaner that
Like, this is
vacuums.
great. And me and Kyle are like, no.
Yeah. So
Purchase.
that's my recommendation.
It's a D-bot.
Okay, I have a recommendation, which this might be counterintuitive.
It sucks.
It's
God, you bought that? That's not.
back away. You're
He
clipping so bad.
snores at my recommendation. He's like, I bought this vacuum cleaner. I
Yeah,
don't
really.
need."
Yeah, you set yourself up for that, you fucking prick. But no, I'm going to recommend, which this might be counterintuitive because this is a podcast, but I'm going to recommend a podcast that I like. It's called Painkiller Already. There's a great intro episode. One of their members went to jail, and then he gets out of jail and he tells all the stories from when he was in
Oh,
jail.
That's
sweet.
interesting.
For 2 months. I showed it to my girlfriend as we were driving back from New Orleans. She had never listened to it before. She laughed her fucking ass off. We ended up watching like 2 episodes, or listening to 2 episodes on the way back up. She was like, man, is there any more of that? So I fucking love this show. It's so funny. It's not like Painkiller already. They just do PKA.
What's
And-
PK?
Painkiller already.
What do you mean they just do PK?
They just type. Did it make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You said we
You're
listened to this.
explaining it like 4 times now.
Well, you said
It's called
Just,
Painkiller
I'm saying,
Already.
I'm saying,
They
just look up
call it
PKA.
PKA, which stands for Painkiller Already.
Yeah.
Oh,
When you search for it,
like
just
if you
search
look-
PKA.
maybe I did misunderstood what you
So-
said because you said we listened to Painkiller already, and then we just listened to Painkiller already, or PKA. You said I'm like, bro.
This segment is going to shit this
Holy
week.
fuck. So, but the good intro episode, it's called The Return of Kyle. I don't know what the number is, but that's the one where he gets back from
Episode
jail.
1,
and it's,
right?
It's no, they've been at it for like over 400
Oh.
episodes.
What's it about then? What's it about in general?
They just cover random stuff. They talk gaming.
Oh,
They actually
okay.
talk guns
That's
and
cool.
sports.
What's
Is
the
that what
name
got
of
him
it?
in prison?
What's that?
What got him in prison?
He bought weed online or something.
that
Oh,
sucks.
that one.
And he lives in Georgia,
That
so
sucks.
he had to go to jail for 2 months. Took all of his guns,
That's crazy.
and he had a gun like YouTube channel.
Did you guys know? Speaking of going to jail for drugs, did you know in Oklahoma, any drug charge that isn't deemed for distribution is a misdemeanor? You can get caught with personal use like heroin, and it's a misdemeanor.
Any drug. Oh wow.
Any drug, as long as they can't. So the cops try as hard as they can to pin you for distribution
Mhm.
or intent to distribute. But if they
That's what they did
can't-
to the guy in the podcast.
Yeah.
He like gave some to his girlfriend or something. So
Right.
they said he was distributing it.
But if you just have
and that's
like
what fucked him.
if you have like clearly just like single use of like meth or heroin, you just get a misdemeanor for it. Isn't that crazy in Oklahoma?
That is pretty
Yeah.
crazy. I don't know, like if that's better or worse or what.
I don't know either. That's a good question. You
Yeah.
could probably make arguments.
Because
for
from what I
both.
learned on that podcast is you can get all that shit in jail.
Yeah,
You can
I
get
believe
meth
it.
and heroin. He said there was people on everything while he was in there. I think it depends on what kind of security you're in. He wasn't
That's
in like a
probably true.
maximum security
Yeah.
or anything
Yeah,
like
definitely not for that. How long was he out in for?
2 months.
Oh, okay. That's not terrible.
But it's like it made for some good fucking
I
stories.
believe it.
Yeah, it was really
Interesting.
funny. I've listened
What
to
was
I've listened
the-
to it twice, and I would listen to it again.
Yeah.
Are they early episodes or the latest ones?
They're from a few months ago. He just got out like like a month or 2 ago. Yeah, but I've been
Cool.
paying attention every week too.
Interesting.
It's a good show.
Hmm.
So that's my recommendation. Are we good? Anything else to
We
say?
didn't shit on that enough.
What, Painkiller already?
Yeah.
I think it's because my botched What's
Name of it.
PKA?
Yeah.
you guys like had hemorrhages.
We had to
Like,
shit on you.
Each episode takes you an hour to listen to.
It takes more like 3.
Yeah.
3.
Listen to what?
Holy shit. Signing off. Making Fun of Mike, episode 4. Round of applause.